All right, I'll just hit the button and we'll start rolling. So let's go ahead and do our start of session things. So we do Destiny Pool. First, there's 4 players. We roll 4 force dice.
Nice.
That's pretty good. So there's 3 light side Destiny points and 2 dark side ones. And so remember, the way that works for our new players is it's a flip mechanism. If you choose to spend a light side Destiny point, you will flip it to the dark side, which is my Destiny points for stuff.
Yes.
The typical thing you do with Destiny points, other than just your talent or something says you do that, is you do that to upgrade one of your dice once.
Mm-hmm.
And you can normally only do 1 Destiny point for, at least for each individual thing. Another common one is you can also flip them to make the another person targeting you upgrade their check once. So, like, upgrade their difficulty. So if you're like, please do not shoot, I flip. But because they flip back and forth, do feel free to actually spend your Destiny points. Don't hoard them.
Yeah.
Because then I'll spend all 2 of mine, and you'll have, like, 5, and I'll be like, yo, dog, I need some Destiny.
Can I use
And he might just do something that can cause that to happen.
Is it because damage is static? I can't use Destiny points on it.
I think aren't there certain?
No,
like,
you can't do Destiny to. I mean,
I
and
think
damage is not static. It's
certain,
base.
like,
It's
special
successes plus base damage.
Aren't there special circumstances of?
There's probably
cause
one talent that
certain things
is
to flip?
spend
Well,
a Destiny point to add
I
damage.
mean, like mechanically, like in the rules.
I can't.
I
No, I
thought
cannot
there
force you to
was.
spend a Destiny point.
Because I thought there was. Well, I mean, I thought there was one that was like a critical injury that did that.
Is there a critical injury where you flip? There might be one. Critical injuries are weird. There's a lot in there. But normally I cannot be like, hey, you gotta flip. Like, something might stun you, or it might be like, spend a Destiny point to do this. But also, no, damage is not static. It's base damage plus your successes, so technically upgrading your combat checks, which makes it more likely you do more success, makes your damage better.
That is terrifying.
What is?
I'll just post it.
Alright, well, Lucky's posting something. I will... You know what, it can be a public roll. So everybody has duty 10, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, well, we'll do this in the alphabetical order of people in the chat. 91, nobody's duty triggers.
Cool.
Oh boy.
It is a perfectly normal session, nothing special happens.
Yes.
Alrighty, well then, I guess this is an audio recording, so before I get into seriously, I'll make sure to shout out that this episode is brought to you by patrons like Got Comics Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Dent, Nestor Flores, Soda for 24, Rogue Robin, and ViewGamer75, and I accidentally did Robin's reversed ordered out of the alphabetical, but who the fuck cares?
I don't.
Oh my god, this video.
I don't.
Alright, that's majority rules, because there's 5 of us, nobody cares.
Democracy.
What happened?
Nothing. Nobody cared.
Nothing.
I just got surprised by like this massive fire happening after firefighters left the scene.
Oh yeah, no, it's just a fucking video. The video I posted is basically, oh, it's a nice cloudy day with a fire truck. Then the fire truck leaves and fire just starts appearing slowly, and I'm just like, oh god.
Oh, hey, it's Australia.
But so, before we get into, we're about 3 minutes in. On mic, we have rolled duty and Destiny Pool. So we've covered all that. I should probably drink more water, but I have to talk a little bit. So, we're going to do a little bit of an in media res kind of thing. You know, we're going to start in the action. We're not going to bog you down with deciding what to do for 5 hours. You're going to be doing a thing. This is pretty typical for Clone Wars. This is about now where the newsreel type segment would start, and it would probably go something like, Galaxy at war! The noble republic must defend many worlds in the Outer Rim from the sinister Separatists and their phantom menace. And then probably like some scenes of some stuff blowing up, some of which are not in the episode, even though they seem really important. And then it would probably conclude with, one team must go out and rescue a scientist who can uncover the secrets of this world, but can they find her before the evil droids do? And then there's some shot of some droids in the background.
Marching.
Roger.
So, we begin. You are all in a low-altitude assault transport, infantry.
LAT/I. It's great.
Everybody is here, riding along. We'll introduce characters in a second. Let me make sure to pull up my notes right away. Because it's not just the fours of yous, my player characters who are here, but there's a couple of other friends. Just make sure I have a core book ready
Oh,
for when I
clone
do rules
trooper
later.
buddy.
So,
I feel like I have to go
basically,
find
the
them,
rough
yeah.
outline of your mission that you have been assigned to already. Like I said, there was probably like a 5-second slide of like the two Jedi talking to their Jedi Master, and then we just smash cut to the action. Because George Lucas does not give a funk. He is like, there will be action. So,
Right.
you guys have been sent out on a search and rescue, not combat search and rescue, hopefully, just regular search and rescue, mission for a Dr. Lexigene Hubbard. She is an archaeologist from Corellia who is on Soheliv to explore ancient stuff. And supposedly she knows things that might be important. I don't know how much attention you paid in school. Though I think Marth's character has education. Did you end up with education, or you still have, or is it just lore?
Check, it's just lore.
Okay,
I have none of it.
We may have juggled around some points and some skills since session 0. Anyway, she's basically out on a survey mission looking for archaeological signs of the gardeners who are presumably responsible for why Soheliv is so cool and full of life and stuff. It's such a nice place. As it rains gently. The clones probably think it's very homey. All the time raining. But basically, she went out with a survey expedition a couple days ago. Just some labor droids, probably a couple of local guides, maybe an assistant or two from the science base. And there hasn't been like a distress call or anything, it's just that recently your scouting patrols have spotted some droid activity in the neighborhood, so she's a civilian, you guys are nice, you want to get in there, pull her out of harm's way. So, currently, the 4-player characters are riding in an LAAT with the remainder of Fireteam Grek, Fireteam G. That includes the Sergeant Tops, a real clone's clone, who's carrying the shotgun and some spare grenades. You have Sneaks, the other infantryman, like our clone trooper player character. He's obsessed with cleanliness and regs. His name comes from the fact that his boots are so clean they actually squeak, so he's not sneaky at all. You've got your heavy weapons trooper Raz, who I imagine has shaved sides under his helmet. He's childish, kind of casual, a little argumentative. You know, he's not really a go-along, get-along kind of guy. Though I should ask, since Raz is the heavy weapons guy, you could have decided what he should bring. The default is the Z6 rotary blaster, but if you prefer, he might also have brought a rocket launcher, a mortar launcher, or a flame projector.
Let's go with rocket launcher.
Alright.
Yeah, rocket launcher.
So he's got the RPS-6, he's got the big rocket for anti-armor.
Flames is probably not the best situation right now.
You've got Hex, the comms specialist, who nobody likes because he has an awful taste in music. As you're just riding along in his transport, you can see him tapping his foot and his bopping his head, and some weird outer rim crap is just playing out of his helmet faintly. And then you've got Walker, the squad rifleman. He got his nickname because he failed his qualification as a Walker pilot, so nobody trusts him to drive anything. But he is good at scrounging. He's got a non-standard rucksack, so he's not wearing a clone pattern backpack. He's got some something you picked up on some other Outer Rim world made out of some weird space leather. And it's always filled with goodies, you know. Spare parts, maybe a couple extra grenades, some ammo. Sometimes he has some non-standard booze or some sweets. One time you caught him with an entire Corellian fruitcake in there. You don't know where he got it.
Aren't Corellian fruitcakes like ridiculously hard?
Yes, but they're also made with Corellian whiskey, so...
Oh, that's right.
That just sounds like a challenge.
And that's... So there's 5 of them, and then the 6th is our clone trooper, who we will introduce in a second. But you also have... Because that would be 6 plus 3, there's 9. There's actually 10 people in here. You also have brought along a local guide, a female Rhodian named Janavtana. So she's a local, you know, game hunter and scout. She's familiar with the terrain. Probably wearing, like, you know, your typical kind of hunter-fisher vest with lots of little pockets and netting. Got a little camo cap on. But also she's wearing the equivalent of, like, you know, rubber wading suspenders, like, you know, black waterproof material and boots all the way up to her waist, because it's swampy. And so normally an LAAT can hold about 30 guys in combat position. You're running a little light because obviously this is a pickup.
Mhm.
The rest of your cargo space is spent with some, generic rescue type supplies. You've got some thermal blankets. You got some bottled drinks, which are canon. Actually, technically, because of the way Galaxy's Edge works, Coke is canon to Star Wars. But anyway, so you've got bottled drinks. You've probably got like self-heating sealed meals, stuff like that, the usual. The LAAT does carry a medical droid in storage for if you need to do anything medical.
Okay.
And you got a couple pilots up front, so you're just cruising along. There's the sound of the repulsors and the gentle rain outside because, of course, it's raining. And why don't we go around and introduce yourselves? Who wants to go first? If nobody volunteers, I will pick someone.
I'll go first. So, is it suffice to say that I'm in charge, technically?
You're the Jedi Knight, so yes, you are General.
So, I'm the General on this scene. Character's name is General Aramaa. She is a Miraluka Jedi Knight who has recently been transferred to this area under commands from her old master. As I said, she's a Miraluka, so she has she's a little weird, but as her she's a little weird as her eyes are completely covered. She seems to have a weird presence, and there's a few strange stories going around about her. Right now.
Well, I assume you're going to go there. We should also point out you are not dressed like a Jedi normally is.
Yes. And unlike most Jedi, she is not usually wearing their heavy or formal robes. Instead, she has opted to wear a set of heavy clothing and tactical rigging, although her lightsaber still hangs openly at her side.
All right, who's next?
You want to go, Marth, or should I?
I'll go next. Spunky, overly enthusiastic Padawan of this group, Kavis Vuull, and I am very much black hair, brown eyes, 5'9". Well, actually, I would probably
It would probably be
say
metric, but
5'9".
don't worry about it.
Simple clothing underneath the heavy robes, lanky scars on the shoulders. And just nothing, just very gung-ho about things. I'm your healer.
That's probably why you were sent along.
This is my first combat situation.
Oh boy.
Aramaa does 1,000-yard stare.
You don't have any eyes. How does that work?
I'm always doing the 1,000-yard stare. That's how.
Just to fuck with people, I imagine Aramaa holds out the binoculars anyway, even though she can't see.
No, actually, I kind of imagine it as a clone's all like, Commander, there's something over the ridge, and hands her the binoculars, and then she just puts them, and it's all like, still can't see anything.
So you're Toph, basically.
Yeah, 12.
How frequently you just wave a hand in front of your eyes to remind everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess
You're
then
the top
I'll
of the
go
group.
next if Axe doesn't want to speak up.
Yep, go for it.
I'm checking something, sorry.
Not much to say here. I am CT-2418. I am as generic as they come. I am just a simple clone trooper. I carry a DC-15A with me. My armor has no special modifications about it, or attachments, or even anything anything special about it. I am as basic as they come, and I am freshly new out of
Camino.
Camino. Sorry, I was about to say the tank. I was like, wait.
No, you spent
you're
10 years.
You're a little post-tank.
Yeah, remember, you spent 10 years in accelerated growth and training.
So I would imagine I'm a new addition to the squad, and just fresh-faced as they come with stormtroopers. Or clone troopers, goddammit.
And it's okay, we'll probably make that mistake a few times.
Yeah.
And yes, we have decided that your nickname is Boots, because you're new.
Yeah.
You're so
Oh,
shiny.
come on.
Until it is redetermined as something else.
Until I actually do something that requires a nickname change. Hopefully. I don't want to be Boots.
Well,
Hey, listen, have you heard what your squad mates are called? And also,
Tops,
literally,
sneaks.
one of the guys in Domino Squad was named Droid Bait.
Isn't that post-mortem, though?
No, they called him that in training, probably because he was a fuck-up. But,
Oh.
like, Like, Echo's a Billy Badass, but he's still called Echo because he got that name because he was constantly repeating orders, like Sigourney Weaver in Galaxy Quest.
So, for me, I am ARC 7825. I have the, he has the usual designated for the ARC armor, but it has the orange, it has an orangish green, like an orange, like, is a reddish orange, like, decal color, and with, like, the Wakaga, the 2-strap belts, the backpack, and that has, like, the big DX 15X sniper rifle, like, slinged to his side. He has, also, how does the, passive foliage suit look like? Is it
that's literally you've stuck some local foliage to your body. So you've got the little net bags with, like, some leaves or something in there.
Yeah, I have, like, that, like, hanging on my side, like, ready to, like, put on and everything. Like, I am like the ARC trooper designated to this squad recently to go with the new edition of, like, the new, like, Jedi leading.
I was going to say this earlier. You guys have been on Soheliv a couple of months by now. Most of that was set up, like, reinforcing the base, doing recon surveys and stuff. You are the members of the Clone 919 Recon Battalion, aka Swamp Dogs!
Swamp Dogs!
And I've decided, well, I'll let you pick, because I wrote 3 company names. Do you want to be from Sierra Company, Tree Frog Company, or Uniform Company?
I'll take Sierra.
Sierra Company.
Sierra. I like Sierra.
Yeah, you're Sierra Company.
Yeah.
There's probably, like, 5 ARC troopers in your entire battalion. And quite frankly, they're probably quite busy.
Yeah, it's like I've designated for this because, like, two undertrained.
Because of orders.
Orders. And in this specific case, you were probably sent on this specific mission. 1, because now there's 2 Jedi to babysit, and 2, you are the scout sniper qualified guy. So,
yeah,
you know, there's possibly you guys may be conducting a search in the jungle.
Yeah,
with possible enemy encounters. So, but all right, you're all here. You're all gently riding along, you know, in your LAAT, cruising along. One of the pilots up front says, kind of in the back over the intercom, "We're about 5 clicks out from the landing zone."
It's like, roger that, pilot.
You're kind of going along, and then you hear kind of a little alarm from up front. One of them says, "Got a missile lock." The other one says, "Taking evasive action." You can gently feel the LAAT kind of swoop from side to side a little as he starts to randomize his flight pattern a little. And outside, you can hear the faint of multiple rocket batteries going up, followed by the shakes and the pop, pop of rockets exploding near you.
Do we have the open doors on?
Oh, no, you're closed right now. It's raining.
Okay.
You probably would have, like... The plan before this probably would have been to fly up to the target location, pop the doors, and be like, "Hey, is anybody out there?" So you're closed, which is good, because after about 3 or 4 rocket detonations, there is a horrible metallic scratching noise, and a big shake to the ship. All the main cabin lights go off. You're down to emergency lights. Everything's red. The engine noise changes. You can all smell burning oil and smoke inside the passenger compartment. One of the pilots says, "We've lost an engine, making an emergency landing," and you can feel the LAAT kind of tip its nose up a little as it starts to descend, trying to slow your ascent.
I scream, "Brace for impact."
So inside, you hear the pilot say, "I can hold it. I can hold it. I can..." And then there's kind of this, brushing, scraping sound as you start to clip through the canopy. And then there's not so much a crash as just a big wet slap as you hit the mud. It is time for everybody to roll their first dice of the session. I would like you all to roll me an average athletics or resilience test. Because you braced.
All right,
let's see.
Okay, so what?
See, I'm doing my leadership thing already.
Yeah, average, your choice of athletics or resilience.
Athletics or resilience?
Well,
I only have
God, they're both the same number for me.
I forgot, average is 2, right?
Yes, average is 2 doses.
Oh, nice. 1 success, 1 advantage.
Alright, you can decide if you want to do something to that advantage.
So I have 3 brawn, and then I have 2 resilience, so it's the 2 yellow, 1 green.
That's right.
Yeah, and versus 2 purple, but also doesn't your physical conditioning talent give you +1 blue on resilience or athletics tests?
Yeah, physical training would do that.
Yeah, it should.
Counts.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Loth, if you want to roll like a single blue die, you can add that to your result. Because you didn't
The only
include
thing-
yeah, you go. All right, so that's 2 success, a couple of advantage.
Hey.
Nice. All right. Well, unfortunately, with 1 string, the only thing I think I could do is recover strain, so I'm not going to worry about it.
All right, let's see. So
yeah, I don't think there's much I can do for advantage. I was going to make a joke of landing on Aramaa, but I'm like, no, that's a bad idea.
I mean, you could spend it for narrative results. Remember, you've got extra clone bodies with you and your guide.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put a space there, X.
Oh.
And I have like,
space
can
after
I
roll.
spend advantage to help brace the guide who's not armored?
All right. So yeah, you spend 2. You manage to like do the clone trooper thing and catch her. Ooh, whoa. You rolled pretty good. That's 4 success and a triumph.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Damn, that's really good. I don't know what a triumph would be in this case.
Can I store it? Or
No, you have to spend the results in the moment.
He jumps out of the plane and lands on his feet immediately.
Can I do that to help brace someone if someone failed?
Yeah, if somebody had failed, but all of you did really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to help him make it here. But I'm like,
I don't know. We're still in the first session.
Alright. So okay. Let's just say like I'd say like
you are really awesome.
You can say you can bank it to you can spend it now to upgrade your next skill check. Basically, like next time you have to make a skill check, you can upgrade it.
Sure.
Because you're actually revitalized. Your adrenaline starts pumping. You're like ready to roll.
Everyone's like bracing for themselves. We look over at Axe's character. He's just standing there normally.
Well, he is an ARC trooper. He's all like, I've been through this shit.
You do have to do some pretty
shit,
extra shit to qualify that arc. But yeah, so you guys skid, and then there's a clunk as you stop, and you're kind of in the dark. The emergency lights go out. You're tilted at an angle. You can hear the rain dripping down on the side. The smoky smell kind of starts to fade as the rain puts the fire out, and you can smell like ozone and mildew. One of your doors is jammed into the mud, and in fact, muddy water is like slowly seeping into the side. What do you do?
I call out clones. Report.
All right. The NPCs will really quickly rattle off.
Mm-hmm.
Tops kind of braces himself up, and he's like, ready. And then they all list off. So everybody's all your clones are okay.
All right, cool. Check on the pilots.
Go ahead, Loth.
Go ahead, Loth.
Oh, okay. I'll go help the Genev. I think the guide up to their feet and ask if they're all right.
Hammer, you're all right.
She's a little dazed, but you spent your 2 advantage to catch her, so she's not like injured or anything. Just like fine. Just this is the last time I fly Republic Air.
That's good. We need you.
All right, Aramaa, you go up to the cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, your pilot is very dead. It looks like his chest and face was filled with parts of the control stick and shards of transparent steel from the windshield and branches because you stopped because you hit a giant tree. The co-pilot who's riding behind him, because it's kind of like a helicopter type double seat, it looks like some of the shrapnel from the missile penetrated the cockpit and hit his armor. He's got like a small mark and some blood trickling out, and one of his respirator tubes is cut, but you can tell he's breathing shallowly. So he is unconscious but still alive. The pilot is beyond saving.
All right.
He tried to hold it.
It's like, our trooper, check the door.
Okay. You can just pop the door open. It's got a manual release.
All right. Just pop it.
All right. You slide it open. Instantly, the passenger compartment is filled with rain.
Okay. Close it a little bit. Just keep it.
Yeah, okay. You keep it like halfway closed. You make it so that people can fit out, but you're not going to flood the compartment.
Yeah.
General Aramaa, we should probably proceed with caution. We were shot down, and more droids might come to our location now.
I said, you're probably right, Boots. After seeing the crash, they'll be here to investigate quickly. We need to secure the area and move out immediately. Someone, our trooper, give me a report on our surroundings.
Will do. Alright, so I think I probably have to do a perception check on the surrounding area.
Yeah, so you pop out of the hatch without rolling anything. You can look around. You look like you've left about a 20-meter divot in the canopy behind you. You're kind of a slight clearing. It's pretty muddy. It's about up to your ankles. Not enough for anybody to take difficult terrain penalties, but it's a little gross. And yes, you can roll an average perception check to observe your surroundings.
Will I get that enhanced because of the triumph last time?
Yeah, you get to upgrade that once.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's see. So, I don't have any perception skill right now, but I do have my Scouter Visor, so I get an extra... Actually, no, I just get minus difficulty.
Yeah,
for perception.
This is just seeing what you can see, so there's no extra difficulty even though it's raining.
Alright, so just dice, no difficulty dice?
No, this would be average perception.
That's
So
two.
2 difficulty. And so it'll be your cunning upgraded, so 1 yellow plus whatever your cunning is.
Alright. Would one of the greens be converted into yellow or just added yellow?
Yeah, so
One of the greens will be.
Yeah, when you upgrade a check, that means you turn one of your greens into a yellow. So you're
cool.
cunning 2, I presume?
Cunning 3.
Oh, cunning 3, okay.
Yeah, I did. I 3, 2. 2.
Alright, solid. Alright, yeah, so you would roll 1 yellow, 2 greens, and 2 purples.
Alright, cool. So even though I have like the improviser for like the minus black dice for perception.
Yeah, there would be no black dice on this. Yeah.
Okay.
Setback dice or black dice are for various factors like concealment, light, environmental stuff. Because you're just generally observing the scenario, I'm not going to add any extra black just yet even though it's raining.
Alright.
Ooh, so no success, but a triumph and an advantage. Alright, well I can tell you with no success levels, you don't see anything unusual about your position. It's a forest. If you want to spend that triumph on something narrative, though, I can give you an extraneous detail not related to your perceiving things. Or you could just be like, I'll bank it for another upgrade.
I have extraneous detail might be more useful right now.
Alright, your crash is pretty fast. You can still see the trails of rockets in the air. You're an ARC trooper. You recognize those. That looks like that was a barrage from a single Hailfire droid tank.
Alright, so...
those are the big wheelie boys with the multiple missile racks.
Alright, so we have like one intercept. Like, I doubt might be still, probably we have still a trail, so it could probably still be followed, so we probably need to get going.
Yeah, alright. But what are the rest of you doing while the ARC trooper pops out and looks around?
I'm gonna order a couple of guys to grab our co-pilot.
Right.
And
Yes,
I'm gonna go check on So Padawan, are you okay?
Kavis, he's just dusting himself off. I think I'm okay. Nothing's broken.
The sergeant Tops is probably gonna like pat you on the shoulder and be like, first crash landing, Commander?
Yes. This is very new. This is my first combat, so...
Explains why you're wearing the robes. I'm telling you,
by the way, you're probably... your outer robe is immediately soaked. It is 100% humidity out here and raining.
Yes.
It's like, Padawan, I hate to tell you, but in about an hour, you are going to hate your life. Well, nothing to do it for now. But as I said, let's secure the co-pilot and get out of here and make tracks before whatever shot us down gets here. Then we'll get our position bearings and make our way to the original landing point.
All right. So, 2 clones secure the co-pilot. They pop out. You guys get out. You've got some relief supplies with you. Somebody could probably grab a stretcher out of your little supply sack, which are getting more wet and more muddy as you continue to stand here.
I'll order what clothes are on standby to secure what supplies they can from the LAATI.
All right. Sadly, you landed on the wrong side. You have a door-mounted heavy repeating blaster that's full of mud right now and not functional. You can't rip it out.
Oh well.
Do you want to pop the medical droid out of storage? I don't know how mobile that guy. Medical droids are usually pretty slow.
Are they the floaty boys or the tread boys?
This one would be floating. So not very fast, but not necessarily held up by the terrain.
Well, I said I don't think we're gonna be making a fast march through this fucking terrain anyway. So yeah, let's activate it.
All right, we do got a medical droid out of storage, so you have a medical droid. They get a stretcher for the pilot. The pilot's unconscious. If anybody would like to resuscitate him, that would be an average medicine check.
I'll do that.
All right. Also, you can't really do anything about the dead pilot, but he does have a DC-17 hand blaster if anybody wants to steal his gun.
I don't think I would at the moment.
Okay, I'm just going to check.
Does everyone else have a gun? Fuck it, I'll take his gun.
All right. You pull it when you were checking him. You pull his sidearm out of its holster.
I take the holster too. I don't have anywhere to fucking put this.
Sure. Okay, so that's a DC-17 hand blaster.
Strap it to my thigh, my shapely thigh. Yeah.
I think when the
Is that a full? Okay, yeah, you added the boost die. It's a full one pack.
Oh, yeah, and that also adds an advantage to it, the mid pack does.
Okay.
So that's 2 success, 3 advantage.
All right. If there's anything you want to do with that advantage, you can. The success is enough, so you pop his helmet off, apply a bandage to his head, stop the bleeding.
Slap him awake.
Yeah, give him a dose of stim. Kind of looks around and is like, pats his head. Alright, so now you have added 1 clone pilot meat shield.
Oh, neat. Okay, I guess we don't need the fucking stretcher.
Yeah. He pulls his sidearm, so he's combat capable.
Okay, trying to figure out what I can spend it on.
I do need to pull up the advantage.
3 advantage.
It's a lot of advantage, yo.
I might need to get that too.
Good job patching up our clone.
Is there
pilots,
any
Commander
frame on the guy?
No, not in a mechanical. This was like a narrative thing. Can you healify him? Technically, clone troopers, normal clone troopers count as minions, so they just have a small handful of wounds.
So,
Can I just...
Well,
I guess like...
Hang on, like...
A 6-2
I think
is...
so.
Table 6-2 is for spending results in combat.
Yeah, we're not in combat. Is there a
But I
generic
think...
table?
Generic table.
I know it's in, like, conflict and combat. I'm just trying to remember.
Well, yeah, that's the one that he talked about 6-2. I'm just wondering if there's any... Well, we can look at it. So, 3... Nah, like, I could dig up into some source books and be like, here's some special swamp advantage you could spend. But it's like...
I know there was a fucking thing. What was it?
But basically, it's like, is there an angle you want on the 3 advantage? Like, do you want to do something to him, for him? You want to do something about yourself?
I don't think so. I think there's not very much I can do other than what I'm doing, so...
Well, as we get more freaking experience, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, something will happen.
For now, it's just, okay, he's healed real good.
There's pretty
You
much
do
only
it
one
really fast,
situation.
at least with that much advantage.
There's
So
only
Another
like
gun in the
one...
fight is useful.
I'm just gonna say I cut down the time it took.
Yeah, that's a
that's
good
fair.
one. So you're lickety split. You get a little bit of a back to spray out, spray it in his wound, roll the bandage, and he's slapping full of stim. So he wakes up and he's like, oh, we crashed.
Yeah.
He has a brief existential moment as he realizes that his squad mate, his brother, the pilot, is dead, and quickly moves on.
So, while Commander Vuull was resuscitating the co-pilot, I wanted to report to Aramaa that the area is like the specific tank thing. Like, I can't remember the name of it, but
yeah, you can just because we were all listening, you can just say you report the thing.
Yeah,
I report the tank, and also that we should probably get organized and move because we don't have much of a track. We should probably move before they start finding us.
Yeah, because even if you didn't roll anything, all of you can see, like I said, 20-meter long gap. You're not really smoking anymore because the rain's kind of put a damper on that, but it's a little obvious.
We need to leave. We also need to reorient ourselves and then make a move.
Yes.
Well, that's what we have to look to the guide for. That's ma'am, could you lead us in the direction that we were heading?
She kind of gets her bearings, probably gets out a little navigation tool, and is kind of like, all right, you're going that way. Hold on. She's wearing fingerless gloves and holds up a finger to get the wind direction.
You said it was a DC-17 hand blaster, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the stats for it if you need it.
No, I'm looking at the stats. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, this is a neat little thing.
What's up? Did you look at the picture?
Yeah, I looked at the picture.
Yeah. Clone blasters are pretty aesthetic.
Yeah, Okay. So I'll take a moment to strap on the holster.
All right.
And as she's reorienting herself. All right, so as I belay the stretcher, we'll still bring on the Mega Droid.
All right.
I want to
Please state the nature of your medical emergency.
Standby mode and follow.
Confirmed. So actually, though, by the way, this might be a good time because you've got all your meat shields together. You might want to assemble a squad because one of the things your squad can do is search party.
Actually, that's what I was going to say. Is form.
All right.
Sorry.
So I assume you want them to form up on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, how many guys do we have again?
You have 5 members in the squad, the fire team, basically, and then now you have 1 pilot, who would all be,
Where are the squad maker rules again? I forgot. It's
they're in they're in a couple of places, but they're in the Rise of the Separatists book.
All right, let me.
I'm looking at them.
What page is that?
Basically, it's an average leadership check. To organize them all. Do clone troopers have discipline? Yes. So you get a boost die on it.
Oh, nice. So.
And then that's basically to tell them to form up.
Blue. It's an average, right?
Yep.
Wow. Oh, but 3 threat. Shit.
Oh dear.
3 threat.
Maybe for those squad rules.
What could go wrong?
That's a lot
Don't
of
say that.
success, though.
Oh, that's good. That's good. No, I'm gonna spend the 3 threat for a suggested one. The character cannot redirect the next successful attack them to their squad or squadron. As you stand here ordering these guys around and they all fall into formation, you're like, oh fuck, I'm responsible for these guys. So you cannot do the special ability for them to take the bullet for you, at least for the first attack.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
But now that you have them in formation, you can order them to do a special formation, basically. One of which is Search Party, which adds a blue to any survival checks to track a target and to all perception checks.
Okay.
So basically, you can be like, alright, eyes up.
Alright. But yeah, so we're in the middle of Swan. We don't have to worry about fucking, silence here, so I'll just say, alright. Alright, enter. I said, we're gonna move forward, enter search pattern formations, form up on me. We're following Miss, what's her name again? I wrote it down, because I'm smart.
Genev.
Yes. Genev. Miss Tana.
This time.
Alright. So, I will say, does one of you guys want to roll the survival check to navigate?
I don't have survival yet.
I don't have survival, but I have perception.
Jedi would be assisting, so...
Well, as I said, no one has
do you want your fate entirely in my hands, or do you want to have some agency over this?
I'm gonna have some agency over this. If no one has survival, I'm gonna fucking roll.
Alright, so we'll treat her survival as 2, so you get to act as if you had 2 survival.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll be whatever your cunning is. We'll call it
yellow.
Average.
And then a blue.
Yeah, for squad mates.
I should have suggested to do it then, sorry.
No, that's already...
But if you want to assist, you can add another blue die. That would make sense
survival,
for your character.
But I just had 3 cunning, so...
No, that's fine. I'm in command.
But like I said, if you want to assist, you can get another blue die in there.
Mm-hmm. And then, so... Blue, purple. Oh yeah, and then a blue for search party. Oh yeah. That's a lot of success, yo.
Alright, so, you start hiking. With that much success, because your intrepid clone trooper managed to keep her from getting too rattled around in the crash, your guide seems pretty on the ball.
Nice.
She knows what she's doing, and keeps all of her navigational tools in order, and so you begin to hike through the jungle and the swamp. You appear to be in a little bit of a shallow grove area. There's not a lot of water in here, but mostly mud. Like I said, it's about ankle deep, so it's a little bit slow going, but not actually soul sucking or anything yet.
As I go through it, I'm going to start applying the passive foliage suit just in case something.
Okay. Yeah, so you suit up. Where did you go? I suppose I should ask what your marching order is.
I would like to be taking the lead with the guide.
Right.
Padawan, are you with me?
Yes.
All right. And then the rest of the clone troopers are, the 5 guys plus pilot are probably in pairs of 2, a bit maybe spread out.
Yeah, I was about to say they're probably because they're doing search party. They're probably fanned out.
Mm-hmm. I'll cover the right flank.
Well, actually, I would like you and Boots to stay together, so it's not too split up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, fair.
You get to babysit me.
It's just so all the numbers work out because you got that extra pilot guy.
Yeah, so it's like we have 8 troopers, and that means there's that's 4 pairs of 2.
Yeah,
so
kind of spread out in probably a half circle behind you.
Yeah.
All right, so you're marching through. With 6 successes, she is setting a pretty good pace. Okay, I'll phrase it this way. You can go pretty fast if you want to. Do you want to hump it through the swamp? Because I may make you make resilience checks to see if you take some strain.
I do want to get away from. What were you saying?
Get away from there, and also make sure we get to the person faster.
Yeah, let's put a bit of hustle. I am not against putting a bit of hustle on here.
Okie dokie. So everybody make me. This will be another average resilience check.
What is resilience based off of? Brawn.
Yeah. So
that's too green for me.
roll is 2 green.
Same here.
The Jedi are gonna get winded.
I'll help
no,
carry
one
them.
success.
Let's see here.
2 advantage.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, I got a full-on failure.
So
All
the
right,
two advantages, but no success.
It's because I wrapped my chest. It hurts my lungs.
All right. Axe to roll now.
Yeah,
for all those who don't know, I have totally made Aramaa as that type of character. So she is quite curvy. It's just that with the clothes, she doesn't quite appear it yet.
The shapely thick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the resilience and then physical training.
We've as many C's.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's another thing. Hey, Loth, you
Loth,
forgot
did you
your
get
boost
your
dice
blue die?
again. You get that on all your resilience checks.
I'm sorry.
So your
It's
resilience
okay.
and coordination?
Honestly, it's a little BS that you get to start with physical training one. Oh, okay. So
Athletics
you got,
and resilience, yeah.
you got
Success, 2
3 advantage.
You also
and a
get
success.
2 of it if you do the first step in your tree. Or at least I can.
Oh yeah. What am I going to spend these advantages on?
Oh, and another
Oh,
triumph.
wow. Oh my god. I
Okay,
keep on triumph.
if you want to, you can spend your triumph to negate the fact that Aramaa is going to suck up some strain
Yes.
otherwise.
Again, I said I hope carry her so she doesn't
Do
fail.
you think we should call your character the banker because he's banking these triumphs?
No, he's not banking it. He's going to use it, because otherwise Lucky's going to eat a failure.
No. What basically happens is I'm gonna basically at one point where I almost slip, and you're just all like, just grab me.
Are you
I
ready
got
for
you,
that?
ma'am. I was like, oh, thank you, my boy.
Alright, so, let's see.
Yeah, you're boys.
I'm just gonna have
The
a thing where it's
lads.
like I just think of it like 7825 doesn't say. I think either I say it, unless I specifically say he says it. He's not saying. So I just
Yeah, that's
Well,
fair.
well.
He can be our strong silent type. Alright, so somehow Padawan Man passes
Good job.
with a single
Good job,
failure, so
Power
you are
Mutant.
not winded. You're keeping up. Apparently, your master had you run laps this morning around the hangar.
Yeah.
He is a fan of the physical conditioning.
Dodge. No, he's not Mr. Piccolo. We've already made him
he's not Piccolo.
Jedi Ron
Oh,
Perlman. He can't
Suddenly
be
there's
Jedi
blaster
Piccolo.
bolts just going at me with the
Oh
machine
no! Dodge training is he gets a bunch of clones, gives them a bunch of rubber balls, and he just throws them at you constantly.
Dodge.
We shall begin with physical conditioning.
I it was just more of like how you could say how you could say sardonically or like mutely. It's like
Oh, right. So
try avoid this.
Loth. So Boots rolls 1 success, 3 advantage. It's a lot of advantages. And
Very
Oh,
advantageous
Loth, you actually have a
clothes.
success now, so you're actually good.
yeah, with his boost. So he doesn't take any. He doesn't take any strain, and also does some good. So, you guys are speeding through the jungle. Yes, at one point Aramaa almost slips and falls into like a mud hole that's suddenly deeper or something that you missed because you can't actually see.
Yep.
So at one point you guys are about to cross a river or something, but then your good buddy Boots notices like, wait, hold on, and just you see a couple of those territorial rhino slugs fighting in a clearing, and is like, let's go around. So you avoid potential combat encounters.
Yes, thank you.
Goody.
And so, after all that, you hike the 5 clicks. What's a good foot rate for people?
I couldn't tell you.
I think walking usually is like 3 miles per hour if you're a fan.
Let's see here. Average.
Normal marching speed is about 3.4 miles per hour. And what's that in metric? Google. So that's about 5. That is about 5. So,
Neat.
You did pretty good. So it takes you about an hour. At this point, so, Aramaa is okay. She's got the thermal cloak on, so you've got you've got an all-weather poncho.
Oh yeah.
Vuull, you're in a bad way. You are like all your layers are soaked through. Your outer robe is pretty heavy right now. There's definitely a rock in your boot.
There's probably also a bunch of mud in your boots.
So another resilience check?
No. Not that mean, but definitely you aren't having a great time.
Okay.
If you fall over,
I forgot to say, I
7825
should
is
probably
going to
go
carry
equip
you.
my thermal cloak.
All right,
Is that
so
the
a couple of your clone troopers have put on ponchos, but honestly, you guys are pretty fine because your armor is technically environmentally sealed. You don't have rebreathers or anything, but you can survive a couple of minutes in vacuum, so you're fine.
It's enough for if you have to jump between a falling a ship to a hangar.
Yeah, something like that. You are very comfortable in your armor, and the Ark especially because his, your armor is explicitly more comfortable and load bearing.
He gets the better armor.
Yeah, that's how it works. He's better than you.
Well, I'm just gonna. Aramaa is gonna just sigh dramatically, and she's just going to take off her cloak and put it on the Padawan.
Okay.
It's like you're already soaked through, but I don't want you catching a chill.
All right. You're not gonna get chill or anything. Aramaa, you're wearing heavy clothing, so you're not that bad. It's just maybe the armor plates you stitch in it are a little cold now because they're getting a little wet, but you're okay. So it's a little bit low light, but you probably set out at first light. So because why would you go out in the dark on this planet? God, that's stupid. Self-night mission.
Oh no.
Anyway, so like I said, after about an hour of you set a pretty fast clip. You come through the brush, and Janaftana does the universal hold signal. So, all right, I'll take it as a given. You all stop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I can't control your actions. You have to do that part. And she's
sorry.
she kind of, she's got some kind of hunting rifle, so she slings that off her shoulder and looks through the scope, or probably pops it off like the Mandalorian and just looks ahead and he's like, all right, there's a break in the trees. I think there's an artificial clearing ahead. This should be the camp.
All right. Let's see here. Let me look at some. I don't have any power to sense yet, but let me see here. Do we have?
I mean, we joked about Scanner Guy. I don't think anybody has Scanner Guy, unless you want to hit up Walker and ask if he's got anything in the ruck.
I would do this. Okay, so as the archives, I would have put my hand towards
Who's in command here, Axe?
No, don't fight.
No, fight. Do it. Put him in his place.
Okay, fair. Never mind. I was just gonna say it's more of
you
when
can
when we hit the clearing is okay if possibly there's a Aramaa knows the hand signal that 7825 the signal was I'm gonna break off and have a scouting have a range position.
No, I want to see. I was looking at the thing if we can approach, if there's a squad formation for stealthy approach.
There is.
That's what I was looking for.
Calm silence.
All right. Yep. So let's. I'll when she does the whole party, I'll flash the signs for calm silence.
All right. Everybody just goes dark.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them probably take a knee.
All right, and then I'll flash hand signs to the ARC trooper for ahead scout.
Okay.
All right.
So
I assume you're sneaky pantsing?
Yeah. General stealth.
Well, stealth is usually opposed, but yeah, let's go ahead and roll an average stealth check.
All right.
Do the sneaky
just
sneak.
wander out there and see if you're generally sneaky.
All right.
5
Yeah,
threat. You
trooper
break your
sneaks
leg
away.
immediately.
Yeah, our troop. Not a cardboard box.
No, it's raining, Loth. You can't use a cardboard box right now.
I mean, in MEG MGS2 you can, but it's soggy and unhelpful and dry.
Dream, damn it.
It also might be you could get a plastique box.
Yeah, I don't actually know if they have invented cardboard in Star Wars. It's probably space board or flexiboard or something dumb like that.
Or like it's some weird
Flex
like
tape,
it's
but it's
like durable
Wars.
canvas or something.
It's like some plastic crate or something.
Oh no! Don't even get me started on the wonders of mesh tape, which is actually really good. It's space tape.
Space tape.
Walker definitely has a roll of space tape in his bag. Nice. Martha, it's a note.
Ooh.
What?
All right, 2 advantage. I was just commenting on the thing you said in character, but in text form.
Okay.
All right, lots of advantage.
Also, because the passive suit, like anyone to detect me gets an added black die to perception to vigilance.
All right, okay, that's fair. So you're not really that stealthy, but with your 2 advantage, that's because you realize you don't have to be. You stroll out of the woods for 5 seconds, and you're like, oh, there's nobody here. Yes, it appears at first blush that the camp is deserted. Nothing is powered up. There's a couple of little pup tents thrown up. There's some boxes of crates. There's probably a tarp that's been set out to land an airspeeder on it. There's a big comms antenna that's hooked up to a gonk droid that's just chilling. Gonk. And that's what you see. So there's no reason for you to be sneaky. There's nobody here. All right, excellent.
Can I do a perception check? And then before I
if you want to scope out the scene before you report back, since you are scouting.
I
yes.
would like to.
All right. So in this case, that'll be an average perception check. Normally, because you're looking for fine details with your eyes, I would add a black die, but you have a thing that removes it. So good you.
Yeah. All right. So just perception. So I'll roll in greens for now, but I'll work on that later. All right. Cool. Worked out.
1 success, 1 advantage. All right. So obviously, it's raining, so you can't tell much about footprints, impression evidence. That all goes away really fast around here. The earth is soft. It looks like they're using self-contained tents or, like I said, tarps. But you do a quick, 360 scope out. Nobody is here except there are, like I said, on the makeshift landing pad, there's a couple of deactivated labor droids who are just load lifters. There is a gonk droid to provide power. There's a comms antenna. There's a couple of floodlights, for night lighting. Looks like there's one big tent for planning and meeting and maybe meals, and then there's a couple of personal tents to maybe sleep 4 or 5 people, you'd guess. But with your advantage, you go ahead and touch the gonk droid who's the power generator and realize that it's warm. So he has been generating power recently. So people were here not too long ago.
Oh, okay. There's no signs of violent movement. Just they just left.
There's nobody here right now. But yes, people were here recently.
All right, I'll just get an approachable distance of the group and wave them closer.
All right.
Hand signal, advance.
I did a lot of hand gestures there that nobody could see.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you're in.
All right. Let's see here. Well, that's then. Yes. Yes, it is, Boots.
They're recently here, but I don't see anything about any trace of where they could be currently now.
If only one of you had Seek and could see into the past.
For later adventures.
This is where I reveal that I don't.
Oh shit! Boots was the Thorian pretending to be a clone trooper the whole time.
Jedi.
How are you saying words?
But
I will find him with the slug of my people.
Oh
God.
All right. Well, I'll just
never get old.
So I guess nothing here. I'll just quick command. It's all right, spread out, run a search. Let's see if you find anything. Tracks, documents, signs of something.
May I make a perception check?
Yes, if you're looking for clues, that would be perception.
Oh.
If you're trying to track anybody, though, that's survival.
I don't have survival, sadly.
Okay.
If I may make may I make a suggestion to you guys?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Marth and Boots, will you make perception checks to look for clues, and then Axe and I will do survival and see if we can find checks.
All right, I'll support you.
Okay.
Oh, you just want to support me?
And this,
Because I got
this-
those skills and survival. So I'll be
Again, Axe, this is one of those things I keep saying. Don't be afraid of failure.
all right.
Honestly,
So-
you guys have been doing
Okay,
okay.
so-
It's mostly just
Yeah.
we don't have anything meaningful to spend the advantage on.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
we're doing
This
fucking
is-
fantastically.
Yeah.
so
Alright,
what
what's
would be the
actually,
so to
difficulty?
search the place, we're gonna call that. Honestly, it's an easy check, but do remember to add a black die because it is raining.
Okay, and which letter is going to be for that?
S for setback.
I was like, B, and I was like, wait.
That's boost.
Boost!
There's probably a letter for the color, but I don't know what it is. 3 success and 1 success.
Oh,
you
damn.
got you got some like levels of perception.
Padawan did better than me.
Yeah, I have 1 perception. Thanks to my human.
All right.
abilities.
Thanks to your human.
Oh, I didn't have the black. Let me have the black die.
No, you don't. Actually, that's just perception.
Non-career thing.
But no, don't add it that for don't add because this is a different test. This is survival. Don't add the black die.
All right, cool.
Can I co-opt the guide?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
You can act if she has survival too, and yes, that'll be an average check to look for clues to find
Alrighty.
traces.
So we seem to have found a blue ball print.
Guess what? I'm in a camp, and it's raining.
But you have advantage.
Yeah, you can't. You don't see shit, but maybe you get something. You ponder your advantage. You're the last roll. I'll get to you last.
All right.
Well, Rogue Robin, they kind of are. It appears that at least Robin has joined us to listen in. Because patrons can do that still. Alright, who's at the top? 1 success. Boots. Alright, Boots, you roll over a tent. You find a candy bar. Other than that, just, I will say with 1 success, you do get an ancillary detail, which is, it appears that everybody took their stuff when they left. Like, it's only, like, maybe a spare bag of clothes. Somebody's got a holodrama queued up. But other than that, it's just, they were clearly, they went out to go do work or something. Because otherwise they would have, if they left suddenly, they would have left their shit. So with 3 successes, Yonder Search Boy searches up, and you actually search the main tent, and you find a local topographical map. And you notice that there are some markings, though for the life of you, you cannot read this person's handwriting. Holy shit. You have read ancient Jedi scrolls that are more legible than this.
That says
Vuull,
something.
but it looks like there's some lines pointing in a direction, and then you see the terrain. The direction they are going, the terrain dips slightly. Like right now, you're not really in the highlands, obviously, but you're in kind of a higher area, like the equivalent of like a sandbar or a mud ridge, basically, where sediment piled up. And it looks like there's a little bit of a low slope down into a depression, which is the direction the person who made this map was curious about.
Okay.
All right, so survival man with 2 success and 2 threat. You're looking around, Axe, and you're searching, and you find clear signs with those 2 successes that somebody has started hacking a trail through the jungle. Looks like they were cutting some vines out of their way and stuff, and it looks like an obvious direction they go. Unfortunately, while you're walking out there, you brush up against a stinging nettle vine and take 2 strain. Ow. Alright, so, Lucky, I hope you thought about stuff to do with your Yonder advantage, because with 2 failures, it's raining. It's very cold and very wet, and you and Genev are like, I can't see anything. She turns to you and is like, do you see... Never mind.
Question, so like the singing nettle, like it goes to the armor, I guess?
Yes, you take 2 strain as a result of your check.
Okay.
It's not so much that it got to you, but it's stinging nettle. It got to you. It clings to you. It didn't want to go. You're like, fuck!
Okay.
And somehow it got through, like, on a joint. You don't know how it fucking did it. How sharp are these fucking
Maybe you
thorns?
brushed it with your hand where you've got, like, a softer glove, and like, ow! Fuck, how did that... God damn this planet.
Yeah, it's like this planet sucks to go through.
Shake
Oh
fist
boy,
that
does this planet
sky!
It's like, okay, so should I just mark it where my strain is?
Alright, so the only thing I can really think of is I get an unrelated clue. not to protect where they went, but maybe something that was happening in camp.
All right. So yeah, sure. So you're wandering around. You're like, okay, labor droids, whatever, because you can kind of like see the weird outlines of stuff with your freaky force vision, your freaky force eyes. And you walk over and you're like, you see a supply crate and you're just like, what's this supply crate? You pop it open, and you find spelunking gear.
Interesting.
Headlamps or hand lamps, spools of hardy rope, grapples, pitons, that kind of stuff. You could probably assemble a couple of sets of climbing gear from this crate if you wanted.
I think I would. Yeah, they're an archaeology team, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The person you're looking for, Dr. Lexigene, is an archaeologist.
That might mean some caves. Yeah, I'll take 2 sets of climbing gear.
All right. So you pop out a set of climbing gear. You get a set spare.
Mm-hmm.
This is about when you basically reconvene. Boots is like, I found a candy bar.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about this clone trooper movie. It's all like, General, I found a candy bar. I'm like, good for you, Boots. You can't eat it until we get home, though.
7825 just like leads his head so like it looks like the visor looks like he's like disappointedly looking at his like fellow trooper. It's like
concern.
Hey, it's like this light lean is like disappointment.
The Padawan is like, found a map. It's laminated
nice.
So you can take it with you in the rain.
All right, well, let me see that map.
I found the direction they went.
But a map is no candy bar.
Yeah,
You can't eat a map.
but you can only eat a candy bar once. You can use a map as many times as you like.
Technically, you can eat a map, but
that's challenge accepted, Padawan. So I'm gonna look at the map. You said it was a whole bunch of like arrows scrawled. Are there any like mountains
arrows pointing like one direction towards the sloped area?
Okay, so when you look at the climbing area, you look at the map, you're like, no, there's not a rise. You're on actually probably the highest bit of terrain there is around. There is a dip, and it looks like the terrain sensors indicate that there might be a depression or possibly even some kind of cave opening or sinkhole.
Okay.
Which at this point would basically be a cenote. It would be filled with water because it's Soheliv.
I assume if I check the direction on the map to the direction of where I saw like they left a trail.
Yes, that is actually it. If you all compare notes, you're like, oh hey, if you like adjust the map so it's facing the right direction, the direction you found the trail you can follow matches up with some of the plot lines they were doing in that direction.
If we all compare notes, yes, my candy bar tells me that they went that way.
Soldier.
Well, the thing that your base success, because you got one singular success, told you was really that they set out intentionally.
Yeah.
This wasn't an abandoned camp because they were attacked, which is what I was worried about.
Yeah, I got the impression when I asked.
I was actually, I don't know, it seems like I kind of assumed they would have left someone behind to watch the camp, check for communications.
Yes, I was about to say at this moment the droid just goes, gonk.
Oh, it's still on.
I was like, I'll just turn my head to, I meant no offense.
Gonk.
Gonk.
Gonk, 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 gonk.
Alright, well, I guess the camp isn't left in good hands, or, wait.
Good
Gonks
feet?
don't have
What do gonks have?
Yes, a gonk, for those who don't recognize which one that is, the gonk is the boxy droid that looks kind of like a walking trash can. It is just a power generator with legs.
It's easier, it's a portable generator, and you don't have to carry it.
But,
anything else we should be looking for here, or just keep going?
Well, as I said, we have a direction. The camp, well, honestly, they found it fit to leave the camp behind, and honestly, I don't want to split us up. We might have to still worry about pursuit a bit, so I think it'd be better to move as a group. So, everyone form up. We are going to set out with another, what is it?
Search party?
Search party, yep. And I will have them form up on me. So that is yellow, purple, nothing yet. Oh, fuck! That was the wrong chat! A bit! Abort!
Hey, ARC Trooper, would you like a candy bar in these trying times?
Boots.
7825 just is ignoring you. It's like no response.
Can we talk
Walker
about
is
our
like,
Lord and
I'll
Savior
take that
this
candy bar if you don't want it.
Willing to trade for it?
Is that nothing but advantage?
It seems like it.
Yes, correct.
Walter-
You rolled no success and 3 advantage.
Talking about this, I'm going to take it.
All right. Well, okay, that's good. That's good.
Can we talk about the candy
The
bar?
memes. All right. Well, this is good. This is perfect. So you're wandering around. You're minding your own business. And you're not really going any fast. You're not really going any slow. You don't really lose the trail because you've got a map. And it's like, it's pretty easy. It's like, well, we just keep walking downhill. Duh. But you are not doing a very fast search. Actually, though, you should include a blue in there.
Oh.
Yeah, I should be helping. I also me helping, so like take 2.
Oh, wait, no, I need to upgrade because of the, not upgrade, wait, why should I take a blue?
Because you're, one, because he's helping you, but also, search party.
The guy.
Oh, that's right.
So you should add 2, because you're being assisted, and unskilled, you're getting 1 unskilled assistance, and then 1 from your squad formation.
There
All right,
you go.
1 success. 4 advantage.
1 success.
Damn, that's a lot of advantage.
How many advantage can you take to make it turn into a success?
You cannot.
can't.
Oh, okay.
That's a common house rule, but I think it goes against the spirit. I know some people are really frustrated by the fact that they can, like, roll oodles of advantage and still fail, but I think it fits the system.
I do too.
Sometimes
It's
you
like you
just,
fail,
sometimes you don't
but,
get
like-
what you want, but you get something else.
Like you fail, but you
Yeah,
set up
I
the situation for someone else to do it right.
That's actually a thing.
So yeah, you can think about your 4 advantages. If you wanted to like locate anything or anything in particular about the terrain and whatnot.
I'm gonna use a Google search of spinning advantage.
Somebody's probably got
Okay.
some records of lots of different. There's a lot of different little charts, but
Yeah.
you're
If you could
wandering
share
through
it in
the
chat,
swamp,
that'd be
but I do have some ideas which you might choose to work on. So you're wandering through the swamp, and then you guys are like I said, following a trail. It's not, like I said, hard. You just keep going downhill. You can see signs where somebody like cut back some of the branches or pushed them back. You're wandering around, and then in the distance, you hear faint noises of kind of like rustling, and then you hear somebody yell something indistinct in the background, and like they start crashing through the trees.
Mhm.
But you succeeded with some advantage, so I'll say that you can kind of get the advantage. You suddenly see somebody looks like a human dressed similarly to Genev, just hauling ass through the swamp. Then he eats shit on a root and trips. And behind him, you hear somebody say, "Are we supposed to capture that guy?" Hey, you, stop! And a squad of, it looks like four B1 battle droids, in some color markings, kind of clonk through the swamp after the guy, who is currently struggling with his foot stuck on a root. They don't see you at all.
Mhm.
So, obviously, one way you could spend your advantage is to be like, I'm going to take some extra dice to initiative checks. Because I assume you're not going to see this play out, because those droids are probably going to catch up with that guy, and they're going to capture him or shoot him.
Yeah, so we are going to... Yeah, I'll spend all that advantage on getting the drop.
All right, so I think that means you can take 2 boost dice to this.
All right, cool.
I'm okay. I assume because I have quick draw, I don't have to like spend an action to like.
No, that would be an incidental to get your rifle out.
Yep,
So let's do initiative first. I will roll. I'll count them as 2 groups of minions. So I'll look up their stats real quick. Because you are ambushing somebody, you should roll cool.
Okay.
Do I
I
even
got
have
2 yellows.
sure.
No, but you have
Yes.
3 presents and 2 boost
Oh,
dice.
Actually, no, I think I have 1 rank of cool. Or was it?
Sick?
I do.
Super cool.
Yeah, no, I have 1 rank of cool.
All right, they don't have any vigilance, so they will roll a single willpower. And yes, the way you roll initiative is it's a simple check with no difficulty.
Yep. Nice.
Jeez,
do,
Mickey.
do I get anything? Okay.
All the dice,
boy.
boy.
Does this count as a combat check?
No, a combat check is a check to attack.
All right, cool. So I just don't get like surprise attack stuff. I just get like, or I get ambush, not surprise.
Yeah, you would get quick. Do you ever rank a quick strike yet? Probably not.
I do. I have one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then yes, that would apply if they don't act yet. So,
Oh, okay. So,
well, you rolled the better pool, so let me total this all up. We've got definitely one PC slot first, then PC. I think it's all 4 PC slots.
Oh yeah, us.
And then
Yeah.
NPC. So here's
Pretty
the
much.
fun thing about initiative in this system. You don't have specific initiatives, you have slots for your team. So, there's 2 NPC slots, whichever NPC can go, and like Marth said, any PC can use any PC slot they want. Usually you guys shouldn't fight about it, like you should figure out who the most logical is, but so you guys can go in any order you need to with your slots, and can switch around as needed. So if something happens where you're like, oh shit, I need to go first, like say one of those droids was like a melee character and suddenly engaged with somebody, Lucky could go jump in and be like, whoa, hold on, I need to go first now. So I will say that because you were forewarned, you guys are probably stopped at about medium range from them.
Huh.
And a PC goes first. Who would like to step up?
Okay. Well,
so
I would think I would go first since I'm the enthusiastic gun-ho character.
Well, it's like you go fast, but can you go faster about the ARC trooper who has quick draw and shoots things?
I was at a quick draw, and like the shot will probably kill it. Will
Yeah.
probably kill a droid. Probably kill a clank.
Like
Yeah.
I say actually go first.
So let's go with ARC trooper first, then I'll
Alright,
go
yeah.
next.
All right,
cool, so
you have an action and a maneuver. And you can quick draw on your rifle. You have incidental, so you can just snap your sniper rifle out.
snipe it open, aim, fire. How many droids are like? How many droids?
So there's 2 groups of 2. Because
Okay.
especially as baby characters, doing one group of 4 would be brutal. You would be dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, I don't know.
fire
B1s
at a
are
group.
probably squishier than stormtroopers, but still. Oh, not really. They still have the same. They have the same wound threshold and only 1 less soak.
So I fire at the group.
Yes, you
And-
fire at a group of minions, and
All right,
every
so
time
what-
you exceed their wound threshold, you take out 1 minion.
All right. How close is they?
They are at medium.
Which one's closer to like the people we see running away?
They're about even. They're spread out in like 2 guys of 2. Like one's kind of to the left of him, one's kind of to the right. So
Oh,
one of
okay.
them is like slightly closer to you, technically.
All right, cool. So I roll ranged heavy plus.
Yes.
All right. So
And
I
you
also get
aimed
plus quick
once, so
strike
you
and-
add one blue for that.
Okay, 1 plus blue. I had a white, I think, because I had quick strike.
No, quick strike
And
is
I
a blue
also-
die.
Okay, I had a second blue, and I also have accurate 1, so I had a third.
Yeah.
A third blue.
You're
okay.
pretty good when you aim and when you're attacking people who haven't gone yet.
All right, cool. So then I roll. So okay.
Mhm.
Let's see how this goes. This is like the one thing I spec'd out to do right.
Okay. This should be...
Do you do purple still?
Yeah, 2 purple.
Yeah.
Medium
Alright.
range average. Oh, golly gee, that's a lot of advantage. Okay, what's your base damage on that?
Let's see. I do 10, but I do +2 against droids, so that would be 12.
It's actually 14 because you have 2 successes, so it's base
Okay.
damage plus your successes.
Okay, so
How much pierce do you have?
I have Pierce 2.
Okay, so they only count as having 3 soak, so we take 3 off 14, that's 11. So 4 takes out 1 droid, the next one, yeah. Alright, hey, you can, you get your little achievement, you get 1 shot, 2 kills. You fire an ionized, blaster bolt, dead center of mass, punches through 2 droids before they even know what's going on, and they both drop, in smoking heaps to the ground. The other 2 droids are like, what was that?
I just wave to the other people to go quickly before they notice.
So you have 5 advantages. There is a chart in a core book of some
Yeah.
variety for spending
Should
advantages. We
I
should
should
probably
find that.
talk about these. That's table 6, right?
Oh, we
That's
lost
not
Lucky.
damage.
Oh no.
Okay,
died.
He's ghosting. That's okay. Well,
So it's like one advantage you can recover strain, but you don't have any strain. You can
no, he
add
does. He has 2 strain.
blues to... Oh, he does?
I do
Yeah.
2 right.
So you can spend 2 of those advantages to recover 1 strain each and just take care of that. If you wanted, that's pretty common.
Can I do one to boost someone else on the
You can add...
Yes,
you can add
you
a
can-
blue to the next ally check. Or
Mhm.
you can add... Or 2 advantage to a specific ally character.
Yeah, so basically for 1, you can just say whoever goes next gets a boost die. For 2, you can say that person, including yourself, but you probably shouldn't do you because there's no way these droids are lasting another round.
All right, then I'll just give the next person the boost die, and then I'll just heal 2 strain.
Okay.
Okay.
You still have 2 more
Well,
advantage after you do
Yeah,
that,
because
though.
you did
Yeah.
take a few
Oh,
strain
you-
earlier.
I
You
did.
could just
You
get
said
more
2 per 1
blues.
strain, right?
No, it's
Yeah,
one
it's-
1 on strain.
Oh, then I still have 2. Okay, then.
You could just give
Okay,
all
just-
So let's see, with 3, you don't want to ignore anything.
negate target defense or
Nah, he doesn't need to worry about that. You could gain +1 range defense for the turn with 3, if you wanted to kind of like take a covered approach. But again, I don't think these guys are going to shoot at you, so
Okay.
you might as well just say whoever goes next gets a bunch of boost die if they make a check.
Alright, the next person
Okay.
that goes, like, will just get, like, the end, basically, like, because I've basically given a big distraction, you get to big
Yep.
ambush on them.
Right, and this
Alright.
is medium range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I
All
think after
medium.
that, Boots should go
Ooh, me.
Okay.
Okay.
because he also has a gun.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
Droid,
hell.
though.
So you get like 3 blues for this, so
Mhm.
You get to have all of my Spec Ops training
Now-
in one shot.
plus 3
Okay.
blues to whatever other blues you have.
Just a quick
Maximum
question,
boost.
because I'm just trying to remember how this works. Drawing my rifle will be a maneuver or an action?
Yes, if you did not have your gun out, but I'm pretty sure you've had your gun out this entire time. Did you put your gun
Yeah.
away?
No.
Okay then.
I can
So-
because it's like mine's heavy. So.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
you've got a
so-
long arm, and you have a
I
sling though.
went for the lighter gun.
Yeah, you got a
Well-
carbine, so you can just carry that. So yeah,
Okay.
that would normally be a maneuver unless you have quick draw. But again, that's one of the. You said an ambush. Like, as I'm not real fussed about you getting your weapons out. Like, I expect the Jedi at least have their lightsabers out, if not on, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
In my hand.
it's in my hand.
So yeah,
So there'll be a average difficulty ranged heavy check with
I-
3 blue die thanks
yeah,
to
3
act.
boost dice.
And also you can aim, so make that 4.
And or
if you
can
if you want
double
to spend your
yeah,
maneuver to
if you
aim,
want to get double. Right.
Yeah, I think I'll do that, actually. I'll aim
So
to
now
get
you
the 2
have-
blue die.
4 blue. Yeah. All right. So ranged heavy, average difficulty.
Was it 4 blue or 5 blue? Because then you get like 3 blue.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay, 2 advantage. So you can decide how you want to spend that. You can give somebody 2 boost dice next round to go.
Does it still count as he hitting or what?
No
No.
success.
No,
Wait,
I missed.
wait, didn't the guy give like 3 blue to the next person, or did he?
Yes.
do-
Yes.
So,
3.
but yeah, he doesn't
mean,
have he doesn't
he-
have an accurate weapon.
But
or does
did
he?
he?
Is the-
Did he aim? Did he aim twice or aim once?
No,
I
he aimed
aimed
only
once.
once.
Okay.
Yeah. You would have to.
Gameplay, so-
You would have to take strain.
Okay.
I took
was
a few
just
shots,
checking.
missed, so I think I'm just going to give 2 blue die to the next person.
All right.
All right.
So
Okay.
use suppressing fire.
Suppressing fire.
Luckily, you didn't make that an auto fire check because that would increase the difficulty.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
fuck no.
I feel like we just showed the comparison between the ARC Trooper and the basic Trooper.
Basically, yes, he didn't do awful, but he didn't actually hit anything yet, so he's just shooting in the background.
It's like he just like scraping the scrape. I shot through both their heads, and he just he's scraping the sides of their armor.
Okay.
I'll go.
They're like, at this point, the droids have realized they're going on. And they're like, "Hey, they're shooting at us."
Oh no.
So who wants to go
Fire.
now?
Roger. I'll let the hothead go next.
Okay.
We should return fire,
What?
right? Roger.
Who's go next?
You said the hothead, right? You want?
yeah,
you said you wanted
yeah.
to go.
Yeah, I was like, I heard Lucky say he wanted to go next. I was like, wait, what? And then
Yeah,
it's
he,
like,
went, he thinks you should go, so
okay,
it's a fight between you
God,
two.
So-
still.
right. So it's medium range, so I have to spend I think at least 2 maneuver to get into their
Yes.
range.
So you have to.
Yeah, you have to spend 1 to go from medium to short, and then 1 to go from short to engaged.
Yeah,
Here
because
comes
I
the
think-
strain train.
Yeah, because I know it's like 2 maneuvers to get from long to medium.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
you're at long, it's harder, but at
Okay,
medium to
so
short is 1.
straight train.
All right, so you're going to choose to suffer 2 strain to get an extra maneuver and still have your
And
action.
I'll go for the. Well, let's see here. There's one.
There's only 1 minion group left.
I'll go for the 1 main group.
Sounds
Good
good.
choice.
It's a
How
bold choice,
many
Con. Let's see if
boosts
it plans
do I
out.
get? The 2 boost or
Yes,
Yes.
2 boost.
Boost.
And I assume you're
Yeah.
doing a lightsaber.
melee. Yeah, melee. So that's lightsaber. So that's going to be 2 purple.
Yeah, it's engaged, so they're melee.
Okay, so 2 purple. Okay, time to roll this and see what I get.
Oh my!
All right, you take a strain.
Okay. Yay! So that's 3 strain.
But then you do 5 damage plus your lightsaber's base 6.
So
With
that's
each
11
one, so
plus-
fuck your soak.
Plus, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot. Now lightsabers don't have the brawn like most melee weapons, but still. So you just do the what's your lightsaber color?
My lightsaber color, my loner is probably blue.
All right, so you just do the typical Jedi. Voon, voon. There's 2 dead droids. They're not really that tough. Blah. They fall into the mud.
All right. I guess that's combat. I will be moving to the fallen man.
All right.
And I will order our other troopers to secure the area. Make
All
sure
right.
there's no.
They fan out. Yep. Start looking for
Roger,
droids.
ma'am.
I pull my rifle back onto my back.
And yeah, go check the fallen man.
All right. He's kind of. It's pretty easy once he's out of there. Did you pick up a clone combat knife?
No.
Okay.
I had to get rid of my survival knife.
Yeah, you didn't get rid of your
because
knife. Okay, so you can just. Actually, no, fuck it. You're a Jedi. You're just gonna lightsaber him out of the root? Like, literally every Jedi does with everything?
Yeah. It's just like, hold still. Be like, what? And
he's like, oh, there, thanks. He kind of pops, and he kind of goes, I think it maybe sprained a little. It's like, he's kind of looking around and surprised, and he sees Jedi, who's kind of walks up and looks at him, and she kind of says to you, "Hey, I recognize this guy. That's Murher. He's in the doctor's. You're in the doctor's expedition team." And he's like, "Yeah."
Greeting. I am General Aramaa of the. I'm looking for. Was it 919th?
Yeah.
Clone 919th Recon Battalion. We've come to look for the Doctor and his team, but it would seem you have run into some, side eye to the droid's difficulty. What happened?
Oh, up ahead. He kind of gestures. It's like up ahead. We were checking out a sinkhole. I'm just a. He should actually probably be more southern than this. He's like, I'm just a local boy. I don't know about any of that fancy book learning, but the doctor said there's some kind of archaeological evidence in the sinkhole. And today we scoped it out a couple days in a row, and today we were going to actually descend into it. We took a couple of recon droids with us. She had an assistant and one of the guides who was he was an esteemed spelunker. They went down with her. And me and a couple of the other 2 local guides. We don't have no truck with no sinkhole, so we stayed at the top to guard. I went off into the jungle for a personal moment, and when I was walking back, I ran plumb smack into them droids back there. I had never seen no battle droid before, so I panicked and started running back for camp. Lucky I came across you when I did, because I think they would have got me. I don't know if there were more back at the sinkhole, though.
Thank you much for the information. How is your leg?
Do you have any dots in medicine?
I do not. Well,
okay.
I'm
he's
gonna say
he's kind of stands up. And he's like, ah.
Hang on. I will. I was like, Padawan. Oh, Martha's typing.
Nobody's talking. Marth. You can just say it.
Yeah. Well, my character's just like deactivated his lightsaber and just comes on over. He's like, "Yes, sir, ma'am, sir, ma'am,
Master."
When he says master, I'll be like, You just call me Aramaa. Would you mind taking a look at this man's leg? See if we can get him moving.
Sure.
All right. For you, because you actually have medicine, it's obviously sprained. You can probably fix that with an easy medicine check.
I'll use my kit.
I think at this point, the sergeant will actually kind of come up and stand behind you, shotgun cocked, and be like, General, there's no more sign of any droids, but even in this weather, somebody probably heard those blasters. we shouldn't stick here long. What's the plan?
The mission is to retrieve the team, and that is what we're gonna do. We'll send Mr. on his way, and hopefully he should be able to to avoid any further patrols. And we will continue.
All right. Padawan slaps a cold compress on his leg, winds it up, gives him some space Tylenol.
I'll just
Take two and call me in the
thumbs up, like just like now get on.
And he's like, "Oh, I think I can walk now. Thanks. Thank you so much," said Jedi.
It's like it is,
You're welcome.
I would highly suggest that you get out of the area quickly. There might be more droids on the way, and I'm pretty sure this is not where you want to be when that happens.
All right. Where do you reckon is safe?
That is a good question.
Yeah, basically, I mean, the ARC Trooper has a hardened comlink built into his armor, I think.
I do.
So you could try to call home. You do need a ride.
All right, yeah.
Because you don't have a machine shop out here. If you did, maybe you could salvage the gunship, but you don't, so you can't.
Yeah.
I see. I'll take the motor. Like, I'll start contacting home.
If you want to do that, I don't know. That could.
Let's hold off.
There is a tower. There's an antenna back at the base camp, and there's shelter back there.
Yeah. For right now, let's take. Oh shoot. Yeah. Let's send out to excuse me. I'm gonna send 2 clones to escort him back to the camp and secure it.
All right, which ones?
I wish I had the list.
I got it.
Raz.
Yeah.
No, I think you're gonna want to keep Raz.
Yeah, we're gonna want to keep Raz.
Squeaks.
Let's see here.
Back?
Yeah, let's send Sneaks and Walker.
All right.
I thought it was called Squeaks.
No, Sneaks.
Yeah, we'll send Sneaks and. Yeah, we'll send Sneaks.
Remember, you do have the clone pilot too.
Oh.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah, let's
Squeaks.
let's send Sneaks and the pilot to secure the camp.
Like, yes, sir.
And Hardened Comlink. I guess we need to call back, request another LA. We need to request another transport.
Okay, I need to. It's probably easier if I type the gear list in than try and scroll up to it, the cheat sheet with all the dice rolling. All right, let me look up the Hardened Comlink.
And as I look at my Arcanite's recruitment, be like, what even?
Hardened Comlink, hardened backpack comlink can uplink to satellites and broadcast across the planet. It's two failure to test to decrypt. So no special rolls or anything, you just do it. So, obviously you got the nature of the order. Is there anything in particular you want to say, Ark?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought it was a...
Yeah, no, you're the one carrying the hardened comlink.
Alright.
Though Hex is probably carrying a... not a secured, long-range backpack comlink.
Oh, okay.
But the hardened one is secured, because you're recon.
Yeah, secure is better.
So we just,
actually, I should ask the question to the group, but also to the guy making the phone call. So you have a couple of options. You can punch up to low orbit, so you could signal one of your cruisers, the RMS Lord Hoth, the RSS Lord Hoth, the RSS Arclight, and the RSS Alicorn. You've got 3 cruisers in orbit. They're all Venator-class destroyers, so they are, like I said, 80% hangar bay. I believe the stat line in the book even says countless or excessive amounts of various gunships, so you could get a gunship called directly to you from orbit, or you guys probably left from the science base, you could call back to base and be like, we need another overland. That's just a fluff question about who you call for.
I think we should probably just ask for overland on at the science camp we found.
All right. Okay. Little bit of static on the line, but you've got the big boy comlink, so it does have boosters to penetrate through jamming. So it gets through, and they're like, you list off your coordinates, need another pickup, and they're like, yes sir, right away. It'll be coming in. Let's see. You guys hiked for an hour, but you were probably flying decent ways. let's give you a little bit of a window here. They say that they will be on station in 2 hours, 2 standard hours. That is when your helo arrives.
Understood.
All right. And the local guide will, like, now that he's not tripped, he will pull probably his own blaster pistol out and kind of walk off with the 2 clones back to camp.
I assume that he didn't give us the direction of where the others would be.
I mean, if you asked him, but you guys generally know the direction you're going anyway.
Alright.
Yeah.
Just like an affirmative, like they scattered or something.
Okay.
You didn't miss much. Just going through what we're gonna get. So we're gonna get a drop ship arriving at the camp, I believe.
Yeah.
7-8 just called for another overland ship to come back at the camp in 2 hours.
Yeah, they say that they will arrive in about 2 hours.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to take it as a given that you let them know, hey, by the way, we took flak on our way here, so watch your butts.
Yeah. Like, watch out for any, intercepting tanks.
Yep. And who knows, maybe they'll rustle up a couple of starfighters to fly escort.
Yep, that'd be nice. Alright, but, so, after that, I'll relay, said we'll send, Mr. back to camp, and away thence with, the co-pilot and Sneaks. Yay!
And they walk off into the jungle, never to be seen again. No.
Damn it! I was thinking the exact same thing.
I thought that was a bit too cruel, like right now.
No, I mean, clones are expendable, but they're not that expendable.
I'm about to say, Omega did just kill a pilot by shoving like a tree through his fucking head.
You had a helicopter crash. Somebody had to die.
It's a war movie. It's a war series. What do you expect?
No, seriously, like that's the thing I said. Like I was watching the series of Clone Wars episodes on the prison break, and these are like elite boys. They still just eat shit in the most horrible ways. Like the last guy free climbing up a rock face misses his step and just plummets down into the magma below after he hits an electrical mine, so he gets electrocuted first.
Oh, God.
One guy it's off screen, but one guy clearly gets crushed in half by a security door. Like, he's halfway through the door and they start closing and he says, I can't make it! And then it cuts away, and then just another character says, we lost one. So, like...
How many made it through that break?
They lost quite a few guys.
Oh, I assume they were, outnumbered and, out unequipped.
Well, yeah, obviously, but still, it was, some of them were, commandos and stuff, so it was still kind of just man, you guys are just... They brought some face... No, wait, that's actually... They all had names, long shot and stuff like that, but still, they brought some faceless extra guys in armor just to die, to make it seem more serious.
You exist to die.
But yeah. So anyway, everybody forms up, and you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to change anything about your pacing now that you know that you've got potential hostile contact?
No, we are going to accelerate.
Alright, you hoof it.
Hoof.
Should I make you... Nah, I'm not going to be mean. I won't make you roll another resilience check. It's not like a distance hike. It's just pretty normal. The guys without helmets probably get slapped in the face with some branches or something a couple of times. Just, weird fern things. Roots, branches. Maybe get a couple scratches on your face. And so, like I said, you can feel the terrain kind of drifting down. There's not as much... groundwater, like the water, the soil starts to kind of firm up. No, we're not here to talk about toxic love.
Damn it.
Though it is a little slimy here.
Oh my.
You might say there's slime below. And then you guys, you kind of come to a drop where there's not a lot of ground cover. It's just kind of a slick downslope. You can do a tactical slide if you want.
I'm totally doing a tactical slide.
Pop down into a grove of lantern fruit trees, which glow faintly with bioluminescence, because that's the evolutionary niche of fruits. Is something eats them and moves the seeds around and stuff. And you can see not really a camp, but you see again, there's not even tarps. They're prefab platforms, or almost like space pallets are thrown onto the mud, and there's a little bit of looks like some ascension gear and stuff. Somebody's basically building a makeshift flat lift. And you see there's a squad of another 4 droids, and then a 5th guy who looks like a droid supervisor or commander, standing over them, ordering them around.
The droid foreman.
Yeah, basically. They're literally called, I think the stat line is literally B1 supervisor droid.
All right.
So I assume we have to get form a ambush position.
Well, we can see them; they can't see us. So if we, let's see, we can try and sneak a bit closer to close the range.
Yeah.
But
also, I should say this: you can see like I said, the little tower to a lift and stuff, and you can see the trees. According to your map, there should be a depression around here somewhere. You don't really see it. Though you can hear something that sounds distantly like a waterfall. All you see is tree canopy, though.
Oh, great.
Well, there's probably a very sudden dip somewhere around here, but that's neither here or there. Let's take
None of you has push to just shove some guys off the edge.
Yeah, I know.
Should I fair and aim for the supervisor? That?
Well, we should probably roll initiative.
Well, that's the thing. Are you just going to ambush him right here?
Yeah, might as well.
Don't think we have enough. I think you need to
say that we are in
one for
range?
push.
All right. Well, go ahead and rolls the cool.
The cools.
Let's see if I can pull this boy up.
Yellow, green.
Hey.
Yeah, shockingly, Aramaa is really good at ambushing motherfuckers.
Oh, okay, that's why. I was like, wait a minute, what's this result? It's
mark points to mark cool, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of doled up there a little, but don't worry, it told you whose result is which.
Oh, cool! I still did okay.
Hey, we all got successes and some advantages.
Well, that's typical. That's pretty typical when you're rolling a simple check.
It's just yeah.
I should probably get a point cool, so I can get more green.
Oh, I need both books. Okay, thanks, FFG.
Well, remember, you're not fighting against who goes first. You're just rolling to see the slots.
Yeah, it's a cooperative thing.
Yeah, fair.
Though obviously, since Axe does have a rank of quick strike, you want him to go before any enemies go, just because that's he's at his most effective.
Yep.
I also can add more of those later.
We know.
Well, yeah, that's your class. You're the ambushman.
We want you to be at your deadliest.
I could probably even get a rank of flank killer, so I can basically just add damage on fighting droids.
That's the other thing. The clone trooper class is just great at this shit.
Yeah.
Punch droids. Which means it's going to suck for you when you guys run into squishy meatbag separatist infantry or bounty hunters. When Trandoshans jump out of the jungle and try to maul you to death.
Oh god.
Fucking mercenaries.
Trandoshans with vibro axes. That's okay, that'll be a time for the Jedi to shine. They'll be like, oh, you're approaching me?
Are you in this space?
Are you engaging with me?
Are you not feeling
that sounds like a bad idea.
Energy I'm channeling?
I just saw the clank killer thing works. It's I just replace a die with a number of a success.
Okay, so B1s are willpower
so it's
1 for vigilance. Discord is not in my browser anymore, me. Roll 1 green.
That's really cool.
Roll green. Okay. And then, does the supervisor have any vigilance? He has vigilance 1 and 1 willpower, so he rolls a whole yellow die.
Yeah, blank.
I'm gonna be shook if it's a triumph.
It's a triumph.
Damn.
Okay, so let's process the rolls. So 2 success and 2 success.
So it looks like it's PC.
And where's...
And PC's all at the bottom.
Loth rolled really well, so it's all 4 PCs, and then NPC. Alright, okay. It's a yonder PC first.
Alright, well, Axe is good at shooting things first, so I think Axe should go first.
Alright, so range is not an issue? Okay, so I'll probably
range will be medium again. You kind of, like I said, you're kind of in a copse of trees, a little bit of distance from them. They are standing around the crates and stuff, and the makeshift elevator thing.
I'm going to aim.
Alright, well, you have to aim at somebody in specific, so who do you want?
Okay,
there's 2 on each flank, and then the supervisor in the center.
I'm going to go for the supervisor.
Fair.
Yeah, good.
Is it up a direction to probably have harder to determine targets? Okay, 1 yellow, 2 greens, 3 blues.
Man, I ate a lot of food.
2 purples?
Yes.
Yes, average.
Okay.
Also, by the way, you guys should be glad you didn't sneak. The supervisor droid has an actual thing for that.
Is it?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He's
Oh
got
my
he's
God.
got a tool to resist stealth.
It's
I think something just explodes.
Okay, so what's your base damage again? 14 versus droids?
It's 12.
Well, yeah, okay. So that's 12 with versus droids, and then
So
you
17
add
damage.
5, 17, pierce 2, soak... Oops, wrong book. Soak 4, so that's 2. So that's 15
And
left.
also
He's
pierce.
at an 8.
So it pierces 2.
Yeah, I take that. Alright, yeah. Once again, you just center a mass. Pyong! The supervisor droid is like, alright, you two go that way. You two with bong! And just flops over. And he's like, does this mean he's not in charge anymore?
And at that point, I would like Boots to step up and fire at them.
Yeah, I promise to miss and suppress fire them instead.
I think they're
Well,
all
before you
affected
declare an
now 'cause they
attack,
don't-
do you want to declare auto fire? You probably don't have to, but you could choose to.
No,
Okay.
I'll just take a single shot.
Alright, you'll take controlled bursts.
Okay, so this should work. Oh wait, let's add another green to that.
Your agility
I
thing.
could
That's
just roll the green then.
Yeah, I've got 3 agility, 2 ranged heavy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, 2 success, 2 advantage. Alright, so first we resolve the success state. So what's your damage on that?
Damage is a 9, so plus 2 is 11.
Right,
With
11.
pierce-
Do you have any pierce on that or anything?
Yeah,
Pierce 1.
1 pierce.
Okay, so they ignore 1 soak, so they got 3 soak. So that was 11 minus 3 is 8. Alright.
Should be for 2 of them.
Well, no, they got 5 wounds, so
Oh, okay. So almost 2.
So 5 wounds and 3 soaks. So the first one goes through. You do 5 damage. The rest of your thing goes into the second droid, but basically bounces
Doesn't
off his
quite pierce
droidiness.
Damn it.
So you blast one, and his buddy kind of stumbles back and scrapes off him, and he's like, ah. That said, I should let you know, a single solitary minion is completely awful at everything. They don't
It's why I
get
went
to
for the
upgrade
leader
dice, so they're bad.
Yeah.
It's why I went for the supervisor first, because now they
I
have
guess
other either
I'll
direction.
spend the 2 advantages to give the next person 2 blue die.
Can you? Isn't there a way to
What?
spend like a triumph or advantage just to end another minion?
Well, okay,
forget.
so minions don't suffer
Right.
critical hits. When you do a critical hit, you just defeat a minion. I don't think his
Oh,
crit
that's
rating
cool.
is 2, though. It's probably 3.
Probably.
Yeah.
You guys have crit
Okay.
rating 2 weapons.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
one of
my
you has
crit
to go.
rating is 3.
So,
Alright.
what's the range here?
Medium, again.
Okay. I'll go.
Go.
There's
Well,
one group
do
of
this-
one droid and one group of 2.
I'll do the train here. And
Okay.
there's one group of 2 and one group of 1.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go for the one group of 2.
So you...
That's gonna be, what, 5? Oh, yeah. Can we recover strain from the last
Oh, yeah, actually, you
encounter?
guys should have rolled a recover strain at the end of the encounter.
I think that's
I didn't have
either...
strain, so I didn't.
I think that's either what is it,
It's
like
a discipline
cool
check.
Discipline.
Versus simple. And for each success you get 1 strain back.
Excuse me.
No. None.
That's right. We can try again after this one.
So you're still at your strain.
And there's... Did I get any... I guess I got a boost from the...
You got
person.
2 from going next from the previous collection.
Okay, so that's all even number of dice. Let's see what...
That's a lot of dice. Nice try.
2 success, 1 threat, 1 triumph.
Alright, so you think about that triumph. 2 successes with base damage.
8.
Actually, you might want to spend that triumph to crit, because technically, because they're 5 and 5, you don't have enough to fully take out both.
I'll crit then.
Alright, so you just, with a single horizontal sweep, just take 2 of them off at the hip joint and just clunk. They're done. And because I hate you personally, you take 1 more strain from that threat. I'm joking, audience, but also, yes, that's what we do. You win 1 threat, you get a strain.
Mhm.
You're even in that cloak. You're still wearing the heavy robes, and you're still wet. It's a lot of work to keep bum rushing these droids.
You're pulling something. You don't know what, but you pulled something.
But
yeah, you're last.
So I will do.
Yeah, you can do it, Lucky.
I will.
Well, I will say this. Remember, you did take a gun. There's only one of them. You could try to just pull the pistol and shoot him.
Yeah, but I'd have to. Yeah, I think it'd be funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold up my lightsaber and be like, nah, just pull out the. I'm gonna spin my maneuver, pull the gun. I'm gonna spend 2 strain to aim because I don't have any light.
All right.
You do the Indiana Jones thing.
And let's see if I can end it. Oh, and actually, it does have accurate one. That's right. I should remember that. So
right,
let's
so
see.
that's,
It's yellow.
so you have 2
no,
boosts.
it's green.
So green, blue,
Purple. Yep.
Kaboop. One advantage.
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder
Holy
if
shit! A droid gets to act.
I wonder if you could have just given me another chance to shoot.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
You can only each character can only act once per turn.
All right.
And also remember, you have slow firing 1, so
that's why I said the pistol, not the rifle. Yeah.
Just give the blues to the next person, I guess.
It'd be pretty broken if we could just allow you to take 4 shots in a row.
I mean, I couldn't, but
so
you want to.
So do you want to heal that strain or pass on a boost die to the next ally to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal a point of strain.
All right.
Okay.
You feel good about yourself for not sprinting at that guy, but also you just fucking miss. Pyong! You shoot a crate. All right. The B1 battle droid gets to go.
Dro.
He kind of sucks.
He's just like, all my friends are dead.
1 green.
He's also very overwhelmed.
No, they have agility 2.
So 2.
So he will take his 1 maneuver because minions can't do extra maneuvers usually. To dive for cover, so he ducks behind the crate that Aramaa just shot. And says, "Jedi, blast him!" to nobody. He's a droid. And he's going to shoot Aramaa because she tried to shoot him. So. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We've been going for almost 2 hours, and I got 2 Darkside Destiny points. I'm gonna flip 1 to upgrade it.
Cool.
Oh boy.
No one has even flipped a point. This is the first flip.
Ha! 2 success! And this is a for real blaster rifle. So you take 11 damage.
11 damage for 4 soak.
5 soak, so that's 6.
And any pierce?
Oh, actually, wait, no. He might not. I forgot. Lucky has defense. So let me roll. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You probably ghosted in the middle there. Let me roll 2 setbacks real quick. That's right. So he still hits you, but he gets a threat. So let me look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, that could be really good. When Lucky unfreezes, he can let me know if he wants to negate the effect of his prior maneuver and basically negate his cover. Because that's a thing that can happen with 1 threat.
Oh, yeah. Does the weapon have any pierce?
No.
Okay.
It's an E5 blaster rifle.
Okay, so... think.
Yeah, we're waiting for Lucky's machine to catch up. Whatever's going on, he's ghosted.
Okay.
Spooky
He's
ghost.
confused that it freeze. This is going swimmingly.
I apologize if I keep kind of overplaying it a bit.
Well, I mean, you're good at what you do. You guys would easily have won probably if you could actually shoot 4 times in a row, but you can't, so...
I mean, it was more of I was just maybe I could try the hand blaster.
Well, no. Lucky decided to, on my advice, just shoot him, and it didn't work. And now he has been shot, but he does not exist in this time-space continuum.
Yeah, he's just shifted up. Oh, he's back. Never mind. He shifted back.
Shift into the future.
Shifting into another timeline.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright. So that was a threat on the defense, obviously, so you can cancel his prior maneuver to take cover.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Alright, so he has to lean out from behind his box to actually hit you, but you do take 11 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
5 soak at least, so...
I have 4 soak.
Oh.
Yeah, not everybody's Brawn 3, Chief.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
7.
Worry about your own character's mechanic.
Alright, so you take some damage.
Alright, so that is some pain. So I take 7 wounds.
Yes.
That brings me down to 5 out of 12. Not 15 out of 12, dumbass. There we go.
Just a single 5.
Just a single 5. And, top of the round?
Yeah.
I'm going!
Okay. Go.
I leap! And by leap, I mean I double move.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
hi.
Zorp it. What's up?
No, I'm just saying, the droid is like, hello.
Goodbye. Lightsaber.
Please no.
Well, don't you have to switch weapons with the maneuver?
Nah, they're both one-handed.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's not really an offhand penalty in this game.
Okay.
There is a two-weapon
you-
fighting if you wanted to shoot and saber at the same time, but I'm assuming you're not
Alright.
going that far.
No.
Okay. Keep forgetting about the weapons people have.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Oh, that
he's
burns
fucking
me.
dead. Because it's a
What?
lightsaber.
Is that
The droid's mortal enemy. Plasma.
just give him more strain or something?
Yeah, just take 2 strain. That's all that matters.
So that's gonna be like 4 strain.
You're a little winded. Your side stings a lot. Oh, he ghosted again.
The strain.
That's too bad. Because I was
A
gonna
ghost
joke
strain.
about him getting shot in the hips. No, his
Aw,
hip.
dang. They don't lie.
But alright, a combat encounter has ended. Everybody should roll a simple discipline check to recover strain. So basically, roll whatever your discipline is. And that's based on willpower, I think. If you don't have any discipline.
Oh, wow.
Later.
Alright, so you can you can have your strain back there, Chief.
I don't want to be strained, so it doesn't matter.
You don't have to roll.
Yes, I'd like to heal overstrain.
Overstrain. Anybody else got any strain they want to heal? It's free.
Commander Vuull, you might need to heal your master. You might need to heal your
Friend,
Next time.
fellow Jedi, yes.
You might need to heal. You might need to heal.
Lucky
this
will
master.
probably want to exist in this time plane and roll discipline to recover strain, though, first. Because that's a reflexive thing.
Yeah.
Alright. By the way, in case you care, these droids are all carrying E5 blaster rifles, but they really suck, so
Yeah.
I kind of noticed.
they literally have an overheating rule, which will
Yeah.
burn organics if they use them. That's why
Yeah, I bet.
droids use them. They're so shitty. Anyway.
They're really cheap to make.
Yes. Boy howdy.
Because Separatists are freaking cheap.
We've built them wrong. As a joke.
Well, that was original generation B1s that required, like, a droid control ship. Like, they have nothing other at all. Like, they only obey droid commanders, which are slightly... Like, actual droid commanders have basically brain chips in, so they can actually issue orders. But
What
all
did
of their
Marth roll on,
direction
by the
comes
way?
from a ship in orbit, so...
What?
After Naboo, B1 battle droids all have integrated processors. They're really shitty, cheap processors, but they exist.
No, I was
And
just
then
asking
super,
what Marth-
then the super battle droids.
Oh, Moth
So-
rolled to heal strain.
Ah, okay, that's what I
Yes,
should do.
if you would like to roll discipline to recover strain.
Let's see here.
And then presumably he's gonna roll medicine to heal you.
Or I can use
fuck?
Force Heal.
Oh,
What's
you also
advantage?
have you already have the heal power?
Yeah, but I only have like 1 Force die, so it might be worse than me actually trying to heal someone.
Don't worry about it.
Or are
I'm
you
gonna
just
be
gonna
like-
pop a stim pack?
I'm just gonna be like, this is what I get for bringing a gun to a lightsaber battle.
Well, then try to heal the rest of the wounds then.
It's like, no time, Padawan.
Well, now
Okay.
now that all the blasting's been done, in the distance somewhere you hear, "Hello, is somebody up there?" God, Force, I never should have left the university. You hear someone slightly far away and slightly below you. Oh, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Aramaa's standing right there.
yeah.
You like take a couple steps away from that space pallet and just gaze into the abyss. You can't see it from outside the area of it because there's really old, tall trees all just growing in and up, because trees will actually do that, to try and like collect all the sunlight and rainwater. But no, there's a big fucking sinkhole down here.
Oh, my.
And you can see some like industrial strength ropes leaning down. anybody up there? Somebody's calling from down there.
I'll just be like, yes, I can hear you.
I could use a hand.
Let's see here. Is
also,
there, like,
by the way, the other thing you probably should have done is had your team back you up because you were still in formation.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that, but I was like, everyone else has been shooting and killing things. I want to do it too.
So your clones
So
probably
one thing
catch up
after
with you
that.
because you blitzed ahead of them.
Yeah.
Found something.
But is it like? Is she asked like? Is it there like a mechanical lift to activate, or am I gonna have to like start? Or you're gonna have to start hauling ropes?
There's a crank.
Yeah. Who has the most brawn here?
I have 3.
It's all like
listen, you got a lot of bonus clones. You don't need to do that kind of work.
We'll have a bunch more.
You have
too.
soldiers for that.
all right.
If you have a bunch of bonus clones, I imagine like we make like a clone chain down to
No, not that
No, we have
bad.
climbing.
but
We have a climbing gear thing. To, like,
Well, no, we just got to pull the crank. I'll set some clones to the crank.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that. You pull the lift up, and the lift gets to the top. It's kind of basic. It's another space pallet, but basically it's got like 4 pins in it so that you can do the whole 4 points grip.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
pretty classic jungle lift. There appears to be like a little couple of supply crates that are open, and like there's some like standing lamps and stuff in there, some spare power packs. At some point, you guys would probably notice looking around that like it does seem like the other guy has unfortunately died. He apparently got caught by some droids and tried to draw down on them and did not win. So unfortunately, that's one dead local. But so there's nobody on the lift, and you hear possibly slightly more embarrassed this time. It's like, no, I'm still down here. Could use a little bit of a hand. You can just come down the lift a little, please.
So Padawan with me, and you. I'll point to Boots and the ARC Trooper. It's like with me.
What
And
away,
step
ma'am.
and step onto the lift.
All right.
It's like troopers, send us down.
All right, so there's 2 guys on the crank and the rest stay up to fortify. So you go down about, maybe 10 meters, and you're suddenly, first you meet somebody's boots, and then you meet somebody's knees, and then you meet her midriff, and finally, face, you see probably late 20s, early 30s. Her hair was up in kind of a bun before, but like half of her face is like sticky with mud. She has glasses that are askew. Her space lab coat is torn. And it looks like she's just caught upside down in some very thick vines hanging from some tree limbs. And she's like, "Oh, good. You're here. I swear I'm never leaving my office again. I hate field work."
So,
Aramaa will chuckle, and I'll motion to my clone boys. It's like, would you mind giving her a hand?
Okay,
Alright,
Ark, if you hold on to her, I've got a survival knife I can just cut the vines with.
Well, you guys should both have
okay.
combat knives, I hope.
yeah.
Yeah. I also have a survival knife.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
survival knife.
Cut her out.
I bought the survival kit.
This is
It's
actually
multi-purpose
a
knife.
survival knife or just a knife?
Sorry, it says multi-purpose knife, so I imagine it'll be decent for cutting these vines.
Well,
Yeah.
the survival knife is an actual thing that gives you like
Yeah.
just a blue.
No, but that's just a
survival.
utility knife. But also not actually a utility knife, because that's also a separate thing that gives you bonus to mechanicals.
Oh, good.
This is why we have to be specific with weight.
Yes, you have
My bad.
an knife. But it's a tool type thing. But yeah, you can do that or your combat knives and just pull her out.
Yeah, it looks like all holders like if it default is to just like
Yeah, so
Drop.
that where the vines are cut, she comes on the pallet.
Yeah,
while he's
you pull her
holding
onto
to
the
you.
lift and just like, thank goodness, I'm starting to get a little lightheaded.
How day's work, Ms.
Oh, I'm Dr. Hubbard.
Dr. Hubbard. Oh, excellent. We've been sent here to find you. And, look around and just ask, is the rest of your team's caught up on vines as well?
No. Well, I don't know about the 2 men we left upstairs. I was waiting on the lift for them to come back. We heard some noises up here. and then I heard some shooting later. I hope everybody's all right. But I left my assistant and one of the guides down there with my find. Of course, you can't just leave science to chance. But I started back on the. I was waiting on the lift, and suddenly it started coming back up. It sounds like to you like the droid started pulling the lift back up. And it was very shoddy. I can't imagine it was one of the guides pulling it, and I fell off. Luckily, the vines caught me, but I wasn't able to get out. She kind of, brushes herself off. She looks a little formally dressed for the weather. Mm-hmm. Clearly, she is not an action archaeologist.
Wait, so she doesn't have like a raincoat or anything?
She's got like a multi-purpose coat.
Oh, okay.
But it's like white and lab coat looking, but it's space.
Space lab coat.
Space coat.
What space?
Listen, are we on Earth? No, then it's space.
Okay.
Star Wars. Space tape.
Space tape.
Anyway, yeah, so she's a little frazzled.
Okay, so... Alright.
Yeah,
well,
so basically, it's like, are you gonna pull her all the way up, or are you gonna go all the way down?
Well, when we get down there, it'd probably be faster if she's there to point out her find and where everything is, so... I'll ask her, ma'am, I said, the area has seen increased droid activity, and I said, we will be getting an extraction soon. I do wish to find the rest of your team and your find, because I have this strange feeling that you do not want to leave without it.
Well, I mean, it has been months of work on this, quite frankly, awful planet to get this far, so, yes.
Aramaa will chuckle and be like, understood. Then would you be so kind to accompany us to find the rest of your team and we'll try to get you out of here as soon as possible.
Oh, sure, of course.
Alright, so I'll just, comm link. It's like, droids, keep lowering us down.
Alright, they're
not droids, boys.
Alright, they probably stopped for a second when you, tug the rope, so you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you descend down, there's a big, wide, sweeping shot. Eventually, after, another 5 or 10 meters, you finally break through all the tree cover. There's no longer roots and vines hanging down, and you're just in... it's a little dark down here, because there's canopy above, but there are some, it looks like some big archaeological floodlights set up down here.
Oh, wow.
And you go down, and you are in a sinkhole.
Oh, no.
Though, why doesn't everybody roll me, what you call it? Let's call it easy perception.
Easy!
But add 1 black for lighting.
I don't.
Because there's dim light.
I don't.
You don't. And he takes away 1 black, so. Everybody else.
What is perception based off? Cunning?
Cunning.
Yes.
Let's see how I do. Hey!
Oh,
Max, you forgot your difficulty.
I get -1.
Then it's
That's
still
that's
purple.
setback, not difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
1 purple die.
Black dice aren't difficulty
Okay.
dice.
Also, as we were dropping down, I wanted to give the professor hand her one of my canteens.
Yeah, if you got a canteen, she'll take it, sure.
I like to just
She's like, oh,
She can take the candy bar if she wants.
Miss, do you need candy bar? No, fine.
That's my... Wait, isn't that my candy bar?
No, threat the advantage to get yourself.
Would you like a candy
yeah,
bar?
so
these
you got
trying
4
times?
advantage total.
It is
Okay, so I'll keep that in mind. 2 success, 2 advantage. Usually when we're doing narrative type stuff, advantage is you get the extra flavor. So,
Yes.
it's good that the Jedi rolled pretty good. Okay, so first, Cloneman, with 1 success, 2 advantage. So obviously, all of you who succeed. So Axe doesn't necessarily notice this, but he notices some other things we'll cover in a second. This is a very even sinkhole, very proportional, and the walls, there's some water erosion, there's technically, like I said, I mentioned you can hear a waterfall. There's actually a couple of, not necessarily static, but there's definitely some tributaries of water which drain directly into the sinkhole, kind of forming a waterfall effect, and kind of a fog starts to rise up from the bottom. But, in the words of the great Cortana, this cave's not a natural formation. It's very, like I said, very orderly, very rigid. And the walls are solid black basalt, like what the Highlands are supposed to be made of. So this is a little out of place. This is a volcanic rock. So you kind of scoot on down. Those of you who get a couple of advantages can kind of through the mist see that there's something in the center. Like, it looks like the floor is almost pyramidal. Like, there's lower sections kind of around it which are filled with water, which is draining somewhere. Like, you may even see underground cave openings. But you can see that they kind of slope up to the center. So, Mr. For Advantage, you don't notice anything about the actual formation, because whatever, you don't care, I guess. That's nerd stuff. But because you do have the visual enhancement, you can see by the center weird object thing where there's some lights, you can see a couple of silhouettes standing up.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So he can see a couple of people, because that's helpful, but not at all what I was making you roll the check for. Because he's got, like, zoom enhance.
Enhance.
So yeah, you clunk down to the bottom of the rope. There's a couple more space pallets. There's a lot of water here. The water's remarkably... It must be draining or settling somewhere, because it's very, very clean down here. Very pure. Everything is very misty, though. So, once again, everybody, 100% humidity. And it looks like there's some steps carved into the floor of the sinkhole.
Oh.
As you can see, the doctor starts elaborating. This is not a naturally occurring formation. It took us months of research to locate this because you cannot observe it from the air. It took a lot of ground-penetrating topographical scans to find it. I believe this to be some sort of artificial construction by the gardeners. Come, this way.
I'll let her take the lead.
All right. She carefully walks up the steps because they are slick and wet. And so basically you come up and, we'll push on through, and basically we don't need to go through every line of dialogue. Her assistant is there, a space intern.
Space intern.
And there's a local guide who is a spelunker. I'll say he's human, though it could also be one of the aliens with dark vision, but I don't remember which ones those are off the top of my head. So he's just a guy. Dressed locally. He's got some goggles. Got a headlamp. Wearing all the climbing gear. And basically they reaffirm, you introduce all yourselves. And Dr. Hubbard kind of points out, this is my find. So in the center of the room, there's this kind of weird obelisk stone thing, except it's not made of stone, obviously. It's made of some kind of metal. And it's got a lot of little symbols, or are they like tiny holes in it? It's patterned in some way. Do you guys...
I don't have lore.
I have lore.
Yeah.
I don't have it yet, sorry.
Or is it going to be education? Or something else?
Yeah, I think, actually, I should check what the funk the... Oops, I'm in the middle of something in my browser. Whoops.
Whoopsie!
I had a file open, open a file, I'm like, wait. But... not the gear list, it's the spec list. I want to look at what's actually in the specialization tree for archaeologist, because that's right, you can play a space archaeologist in this Star Wars game, if you really wanted.
If you want to learn about all the precursors and the wills and the ancient Sith and Jedi stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of nonsense. Alright, their skill is education, so yes, this would be a knowledge education roll.
I don't have that either.
Does anybody want to try an int check?
I'll try it. I have
try an
int.
I'll help if I can do it.
No, I don't think you can assist a knowledge check, really.
Okay, fair.
I'll roll. Who knows?
Wait, how much is the... was it average?
This is pretty obscure. I would say this is a hard check.
Oof.
So you choose if you want to roll.
I'm rolling.
All right.
Surprisingly, not as bad as it could have been.
No, you canceled most of that out.
That's just got to roll as difficulty dice.
I totally take a strain, as you see steam coming out of Aramaa's ears.
Can't comprehend.
Yeah, we'll go with that. You take a strain.
Oh boy, oh no.
Okay, that's a failure.
That's a failure, but with one advantage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're a Padawan. You don't know shit. You're like, this is not a statue in the Jedi Temple. I don't know where this is. Though I will say you can tell that it is definitely mechanical. It's a mechanism. It's not a piece of art. Because you still have one advantage left over after all that canceling. Mr. One Threat, you take one strain because you're finding this really hard for you because you don't have to worry about the mist or the lighting or anything, but your senses are force-based. You can tell there's a lot of detail in this thing, but you can't really see it well, quote-unquote.
There is an absence here.
Like, honestly, the way you'd want to do this is there's an upgrade to the Farsight power, which lets you see things, like, microscopically at engaged range. Like,
oh, wow.
So, because your perception is kind of similar, you're like, there's a lot of intricate detail, and you just can't figure it out at all. It hurts your brain, which is really weird, because you don't have eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically the doctor continues, and she's like, I believe this to be a gardener artifact. I'm not exactly sure what its purpose is, but if you look at the surrounding area, all the plant growth in this region, this grove, is thickest here, starting from this point. This is the epicenter. And this is the first such sign of actual gardener machinery or technology we've found on this planet, at least since I've been alive. So I'm very eager to study it. I think we may have to... We've secured it, and she's going to talk to her assistant and be like, well, we might want to remove it from its slot here. So basically... she's probably going to try and co-opt your clone troopers to help because they have bronze scores, and move this thing.
Probably.
You said I might take a shot in the dark, but you said this is about something about the gardeners. So is this possibly some terraforming technology?
Well, the gardeners, we don't know what's up with the gardeners.
Well, yeah, I was about to say. I mean, out of character, you might be able to make that assumption. In character, do you have xenology or education?
It's more of like you're just saying. It's like. He's just guessing. Is it like maybe this kind of thing? I've
that
no
is,
idea.
You have in your tactical briefing. It would be known that part of the thing about Rima's garden, the star cluster you're in, basically, is that it has these signs of this ancient alien race, the Gardeners, and it is believed that they did, in fact, yes, shape worlds in some way. Though, according to the professor, this is the first piece of actual Gardener relics that anybody's found here.
Yeah, so we have no basis to say what it is or is not. We just know
okay.
Yeah, you don't really know how they would have done it because you don't have the skills, but you just know that that's a thing people told you. Somebody in a briefing told you that fact.
For all we know,
it should be just saying it's like maybe this. I have no idea, but it sounds like what it is. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. And you guys would probably be familiar with terraforming as a concept because that does happen on some worlds.
Yeah,
the Jedi especially are from Coruscant, That was the thing I was going to mention earlier. The clones probably find the rain comfortable. The Jedi are probably, depending on how long you've been out of the temple, rain's probably a little weird for you guys. It, only rains on Coruscant when there's some kind of accident with, water dispersal systems and stuff.
Or if, so you guys been in Ilum, so you're used to snow. But
actually, I don't know. That was the thing about, because Aramaa still got a standard lightsaber. I'm pretty sure you guys haven't actually done the special lightsaber trial.
No.
Not yet.
So Aramaa's still using her Padawan lightsaber, basically.
Oh, that's going to be a special episode. You guys are Ilum trip or something.
Well, maybe, but as I said, the thing is happening. Yeah. Aramaa only made Jedi Knight because of, what's the word I want to use? Need to fill out the ranks.
Yeah, field promotion.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, rain is weird, so...
Yeah.
So basically, she wants to pop this thing out of its little slot. It's in a little plinth in the center.
Okay.
And I'll say, you've got Force Vision, Mr. Force Vision. There's not anything forcey about it, though both the Jedi definitely feel a weird. There's a lot of living things packed into this couple of square miles. It's, a lot of living, breathing force here. Not quite enough for me to be like, this is a force nexus, you get extra force points, but it's definitely interesting, especially for Cav, because he just said he was born on Coruscant. You have probably never seen a planet like this up close.
Aramaa will just turn it's all like the force. It is strong.
7825 just looks at a soldier trooper, it's like, what are they on about? It's like the silent look of what are they on about? It's shrugs.
Just nod your head and smile along.
But my helmet only has a frown.
First.
So anyway, let's
They can
Let's secure
somehow
the-
tell
let's-
when you're frowning.
Let's secure the artifact and make it back to camp.
All right.
I said we still have X amount of time before the transport arrives.
You probably have spent maybe 30 minutes hiking, elevatoring, and faffing about.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So do we have to like pop this out? Pop this out?
Yes. Yeah. Somebody make me a combined athletics check.
Okay.
All right. So
I
both of
can-
ours.
Yeah. Basically, you two probably one of you should do it. So it's
All right. I got bronze 3, and I have a skill in athletics, but I also have.
well, you both have physical training, but like, does one of you basically what's both your athletics readings?
I'd be rolling 2 yellow dice normally for athletics.
I'd be rolling 1 yellow, 2 greens.
Okay, so use Boots' athletic skill with Arc Trooper's athletics bronze score. So roll yellow, yellow, green. We'll call it average. And
Roll
you
that
can take
axe.
you take a boost die on your own because you're have physical training, but take another boost die because assuming nobody minds, somebody's going to repurpose some of that climbing gear to tie some ropes to this thing so you can actually carry it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No. Here, have an extra set. Boom.
So Loth will be rolling.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I did say axe you can roll, but yeah, sure, I'll roll it.
Good luck. Good luck, soldier.
So
It's
average
just so you can
difficulty.
blame me when things go wrong.
All right.
course
Well,
not.
just for that, if he does do that, if you roll threat, you're going to drop it on his foot, not yours.
Yes.
I will laugh.
So only
so
1 blue
hard.
die or 2 blue die?
2 blue die because you have both physical training because this is an athletics test, and also there's tech here.
Boost.
All right.
wow.
Hey,
Okay.
Nice.
You find something cool.
hey, that works out.
All right. So you managed to do this pretty quickly and professionally. You don't. It takes you. You thought it was going to take you a while, but no. Once it's rigged up like this, it's really easy to carry.
Good job, rope.
So you're able to put it on the elevator. The elevator creaks a little bit. You might want to send like maybe one guy up with it, and then the rest of you come on the second trip.
Well, but were both of her assistants still down here?
She only had one assistant.
Oh, one assistant. Okay, yeah.
I told there were 2 people though, right?
She
Yes,
had an
there's
assistant and
basically there's her intern, and her spelunker left.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I'll go,
Okay,
I'll
well,
go up
Padawan-
and then-
I'll go up with it.
I was going to say I go
Padawan.
up with it, and
Okay.
then the
Ah.
clever
Okay.
carry it all.
Everyone's saying they're going up. I'm saying the Padawan's going.
All right, he goes.
All right.
He's the lightest.
Does that
Honestly,
Sure.
he's light enough. You could probably squeak another whole person in there, like one of the regulars, not the guys in armor with weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, send up the intern.
Yeah, she's only like 20 or something. She
Get on
probably
the
makes some
pilot's
idle
seat,
comment
sir.
because it's an elevator, which means companions have to jabber at you. She probably makes some idle comment about this is her first time out in the field, and you're like, oh yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Aramaa head snaps up. My romantic interlude senses are tingling.
And there's like I said, there's like 4 clones up at the top, so they can just pull the thing off the slab. Send it back down. But with your, I do say, with your triumph, you do notice, because you're close to the edge again, and maybe, I don't know, you know, somebody like somebody like bumps a lamp or something so it faces off into the darkness. There are some underground rivers and caves here, which appear similarly smooth and orderly. It looks like you have found signs that there's some kind of like underground connection here in the bedrock.
Interesting.
That you can point out to somebody later, because you don't understand rocks. You're a clone trooper. You understand shooting. Maybe.
Bang.
Maybe the
Maybe
commander.
just
will.
about-
He ended some droids.
Actually,
Maybe they-
when you're a clone trooper, when you're a clone soldier, clone trooper, do you get any knowledge skills as career skills?
No, I get no knowledge skills, even knowledge of warfare that they give me as a species bonus.
I'd have to check, but like I don't. think there's,
I know.
any-
As an ARC trooper, you don't get it. It's probably just officers and commanders who get knowledges.
and maybe veterans.
Maybe veteran might get a warfare. Yeah.
Veteran
but
gets
yeah, so-
so degree too. So
What is knowing things? They didn't hypnotically implant this knowledge in your brain. All right, everybody gets on the elevator.
we could
Alright,
probably ask the general.
Honestly, you'd be better off asking the Padawan. He's got at least 3 int.
I meant the
Mhm.
general as in like the
Oh,
commander.
the big general. Yeah, Master Lago. Yeah, he
He
might have
might
some
have
thoughts.
an idea.
All right, the elevator is assembled. You're all back. You've rescued some sciences. Do you've got a dead human man. Are you going to do something about him?
I should probably bring him back to the others to see what they want to
Actually, no. Let's cycle this up. He's not a human. He's a dead Ithorian.
It's not like
Tragic.
Was he a local?
Yeah, he was a local boy.
Shoot.
Most of your quote-unquote locals are, at least at the science base, because that's... you've gotten the impression of Dr. Lexigene, you assume that she didn't leave the base before she came here.
Yeah.
So these guys would be technically Republic employees, but they're local guides, explorers. Obviously, the one guy is a spelunker, that kind of stuff.
Like, I'm trying to think, like, what is, like, how do people handle the dead? It's like...
well, Jedi are all about cremation. So, you could try and set up a field cremation, but that's probably not going to work in this weather. Or, you did technically bring the stretcher. One of your guys still has it.
Yeah, well, let's bring it back at least to the camp, and we can see if other local guy at least knows the guy, and see if he has any family or something.
You got your local guide.
Oh, yeah, true.
She also probably stayed at the top just because she was like, I'm not getting on no rickety elevator.
Yeah, no problem. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot about her.
That's okay. She kind of, once you got to the location, she kind of became less important.
It's like, oh, he's one of the locals. I'll turn to our local guide. Like, you know him?
I've heard of him. I think maybe he's got some family back at the base, or at least they would know because they employed him.
Oh man, that's.
She'll probably say. I'll usually say, it's a little messy, but ground is real soft here. So some go for burial, but if you can get the weather to clear, a cremation is thought to be cleaner.
Well, I didn't bring any shovels. Anyone bring any shovels?
No, nobody bought an e-tool.
Loth's out here right now.
Loth is also BRB, but I also don't think he had an e-tool either.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just bear him back to the fucking camp for now. Load him on the stretcher, and we'll see. I guess.
All right.
I don't feel right leaving dead man out for the carnivores in the weather.
It's probably good. Probably a smart move.
Yeah.
All right. You hike back through the jungle. You already did it once. There's no need to do another check to do it. Though it's probably maybe a little... it's definitely slower, maybe a little bit more somber. Because you've probably got 2 clones carrying a stretcher, and then you've probably got 4 more clones holding all the parts of the rope on the artifact.
Yeah.
You kind of beat feet through the jungle, and you come back to the camp. There's maybe some... some congratulations to the guy who lived. Like, oh, hey, you got away. There's some sad moments with he's like, you owed me 5 credits. I'll never get them 5 credits now. Oh, I wish I had a bottle of Soul Shine so I could pour one out for my homie. By the way, if you ever want to make an adjective for Soheliv, just add so or sol to it.
No.
Like a Sovern.
Silver.
No, you don't have to worry about those yet. They live in the uplands.
I have some fancy smo booze. So booze, I mean. What that an M?
Don't ask me about that. English is weird. Anyway, yeah. Okay. You guys have about an hour before your ride arrives. This is just good for role-playing interstitial. How do you guys pass the time? It's still raining.
All right. Well, as I said, first off, I'm gonna set up patrols, the shift, but so we're not gonna range out too far, so we'll just keep it close.
Okay, so you're actually going to have them do patrols, not just fort up in positions.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I meant. Fortify.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to mention something about like getting a few crates together and like making a fortification kind of thing.
Right. There are actually some more detailed rules from that, but I'll say since you got some crates, you can just throw them up and have some cover positions if you need them.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I mean, if you wanted to go to your roots, you could get in a tree, become tree.
I was going to ask if Axe wants to be in a tree.
I just wonder if Walker had cards.
Well, nobody's actually asked if Walker's got anything. Let's see.
It's like, got cards.
Throw the green die. What has he got? Yeah, he's got a Sabak deck in there.
Does he have Bazak?
Zach, I think you actually... Well,
you can't
What a
actually
card.
do that.
Oh my god. Do I teach the Padawan how to play cards?
you will get a very direct glare.
But you don't have eyes. How does that work? That's how direct it is.
You feel like you're being glared at.
Nah, it's probably Sabak because you can play. That's space poker, so you can play it with multiple people.
Yeah, it's not like about gambling. Just like
whereas Pazak is, from what I remember of KOTOR, Pazak is usually like 1-on-1. So yeah, he's got a deck of physical Sabak cards. They're not fancy holograms, but he's got them.
But let's see here. If there's a
by the way, yes, that is my rule. If you ever ask if Walker has something, if it's dumb and simple enough, I will just roll the die to see if he has it.
But it's like a pack of cards.
Well, let's see.
Hey,
here.
Walker, you got any chance cubes? Well, let me see.
Let's see here. It's still raining, right? How heavy is it?
It's light. Just it's just enough to be like, it's a little wet out here, but you've got tents and stuff. It's not very windy.
I'll set
no
up
thunder.
some boxes and eat that candy bar at long last.
Pops his helmet off. The first time we've seen him with his helmet off the whole episode.
Yeah, I look just like every other clone trooper.
Yeah. Is there a shovel here?
Yeah, they had to set up some tents, so there's some generic working tools here. So they got like a pick, got some mallets, got a shovel or two.
Yeah. It's like, Padawan, come help me, and we're gonna dig a grave.
All right, you're just gonna commend that guy to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I will speak on the Mirror Luca of views of life and death to the Padawan.
Well, I mean, that would probably be the Jedi. The Jedi, there is no death, there is only the Force. That is what the Jedi Code says.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, all right. You give him a little marker.
Yep.
All right. Everybody's just chilling. It's just some somber moments. Some people say some words. That one guy holds his hat over his heart. His humble heart.
His soul heart.
Let's see. What's our time at? Do I want to... Nah, we've been doing this for 2.5 hours. We don't need to... I could be like, and droids attack. Nah, let's not do that. I think we have a somber enough moment. Yeah, so you guys wait, like I said, another, 45 minutes, an hour, and in the distance you can hear that repulsor engine going and just... and the LAT comes down. Are you gonna... Actually, no, you gotta load cargo. He'll land all the way. I was gonna say you could rope up, but no, that's not good. You have to lift stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this one actually has, this was a combat loadout, so this is like, got all the extra side gunners and door gunners and stuff too.
Oh, excellent.
So you were flying a little light, but yeah.
Alright, well, send up the artifact, load up the artifact, load up the civilians, the good doctor, and it's like, alright, everyone fall in.
Alright. The people have probably had enough time to gather any of their personal effects from the camp.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of be like, okay, we're going. And rockets off. Your pilot kind of leans back and informs you and says, General, we'll be taking the long way around to avoid any more missile patrols. So everybody get comfortable back there.
Thank you, pilot. We'll do exactly that. Relay the information. Take my cloak back from the Padawan, and just and look at your super muddy and scratched up muds and be like, maybe next time we go planet side, you should think of something a bit more flexible.
I'll chase, Master.
Aramaa.
Sorry.
We could see if we can get him some clone armor. That might fit him.
That's a good question. How tall is a clone?
Wait, ours all...
Yeah, all the clones are the same pair of people, so...
all clone troopers are 6 feet tall. So he's a little short to be a clone trooper. You'd have to get an armorer to refit him.
I'm sorry.
About 3
inches.
3 inches.
So,
yeah, that's an armorer would need to adjust him.
It's a very important 3 inches.
But I guess in 3 years I might be 6 foot.
Maybe.
But, Padawan, how are your thoughts on your first combat?
It was, It was very, shocking, but very, very exhilarating. I just raise my hands up in the air.
Like that moment where you think he's gonna hate it, but then he really likes it. He zooms on his face.
Oh yeah, it was very
one of the boys probably claps with the shoulder and says, "Yeah, you did good, Commander."
I was very. Oh yeah, but my character was
lucky ghosted.
Oh yeah, my character was very reckless in this whole thing.
You were, but
that was the very dark side of the very thing I was supposed to do.
Yeah, no, and actually, so, he's just got a boilerplate response. That does bring up an interesting thing. Since you guys just fought droids, you didn't really run into any conflict.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, as a slight adjustment to the rule, for those of you with morality, and I'll tell about Lucky with this, but I'm not gonna have you guys roll your conflict roll at the end.
Okay.
Unless you actually engage with your emotional weaknesses or conflict. You did, so at the end of the session, you can roll a d10 and basically gain that much morality. Because you did actually, engage in your enthusiastic behavior, but it didn't actually get you in any trouble or anything, so...
Okay, so it was just more so that I didn't charge into a whole group of droids on by myself.
Yeah, you did your part and didn't do anything conflicty, so you're, I think it's fair for you to get your good boy points.
Okay.
But we'll cover that in a second. And maybe when Lucky comes back. But yeah, so there's that. Okay. I already know that Axe will be perfectly quiet on the ride, because that's just what he does.
He's just because it's I had this image of he gets to a seat, has his rifle, he just actually lays into his seat.
You don't get seats.
Oh.
No, you stand.
Oh, okay, then I just stand and just
it's like a subway. You just hold on to the railing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just kind of hold in, he just kind of adjusts his sling on his back to where it's there's he's just spacing out.
Boots, your Sergeant Tops will probably come over to you and say, "You did good today, Shiny. You got your first clanker."
Yes.
Just like the simulations, isn't it?
Just like the simulations.
Clasp your shoulder a little. Manly clone thoughts. All right. Well, if nobody has more role-playing in the ride back to do.
Yeah.
I feel for that one moment, you always hear, a slight from, 7825.
He's amused by something. All right, so we get back. You're back at the science base. You unload. You get all the stuff, and she's like, "We must get this to a lab immediately. And also, I need a Sanistine, and possibly some calf, space coffee." And there's probably the locals probably go off to go tell that guy's family that he died, and all that stuff. And you guys break out. And he's like, the sergeant's probably like, "All right, boys, back to the barracks, stow your gear. And if you get lucky, you'll get a shower before evening chow." I think we just kind of, the end scene is just kind of the ARC trooper, because he has everything better to do with his time. He's his own boss, kind of.
Yeah, I could probably go get a shower myself.
But I just kind of picture you three standing there as, Master Lago comes up, puffing on his pipe, and he's just like, I can't really do a Ron Perlman, but kind of deep and just like, "You're back. Why don't you tell me all about it?" He kind of clink, clink, because we decided he has spurs.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't stop me. And that will be that'll be the session end.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. You did your jobs, you got the people, you decided to recover the artifact, and you fought some droids a couple of times. So we'll call it like I intended, a nice round 20. Did anybody interact with their motivations in any meaningful ways?
I guess faith in family, friends and family. I trusted the others.
I don't know if you really did anything specifically where it was like, I trust those guys. Actually, wait, no, you charged into combat even though there were more guys. So yeah, I'll give you extra 5 for that. You trusted that your allies would back you up even though you're a sword boy.
My motivation.
So the
you go.
Base was 20?
Yeah, basic is 20.
Okay.
Anybody else got a motivation that they think applies?
I'm thinking... Go, Axe.
Mine was the mission, so I don't think I just did the mission.
No, you didn't necessarily go out of your way to complete the mission. You did pretty normal. That's okay. Some days you win, some days you lose.
Hey, I killed everything I shot.
No, you did. Honestly, you were one of the most effective characters, even though I know you were worrying about how effective you'd be.
It's like
big damage.
Yeah, the only thing is that he doesn't get to do that all very fast in a row. So
I get to open strong, and then I have to wait a turn and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People are counting on me. I'd say, yeah. I went out of my way to make sure I tried to save as many people as I could.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I think on my end, though, I can succeed in my motivation, because my motivation is connection, family, and while I didn't really go out of my way to save some of the clone troopers with us. Like, there was no opportunity to do such a thing, and I can't. Like, there's nothing noteworthy I did.
No, that's fair.
That's fair.
All right, so the clones don't necessarily hit their motivations, and like I said, there'll be some days. This is kind of a softball adventure, but it obviously at the end there kind of played into the Jedi a little bit with like the opportunities to heal people. Though there was some scouting and stuff you did. Honestly, you probably could have, if your commander had decided to do it, you probably could have tried to stealth that last bit entirely, or something like that. Or, God knows, at any times if you'd rolled some threat on those survival checks, you could have been ambushed by wild animals and shit.
I doubt
And
any
shit.
duty scores.
Yes. Good old Scorpiconda.
You guys really don't want to run into Scorpiconda.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that.
5 agility, 5 brawn, 5 cunning.
No, it's not that bad. But it is a nemesis level creature. It and the Soheliv, so they're the big ones. They're bad news.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be Nemesis with a name like that.
Ow, fuck.
But okay, that's that. Let's see. This mission was a rescue.
Rescue.
We only had one casualty, so
Oh, he was dead before we got there.
yeah,
Well, no, you had a clone casualty, but
Oh, that's right.
the
That's
pilot died.
pilot, but
No.
not much we can do about that.
Actually, that's a good point. What is the support duty actually say? Because that guy did multiple attempts to heal people. That'd be helpful.
Let me look.
I'm already in the book.
Okay.
Duty. Term of duty. Support. Help fellow fulfill their duties and provide assistance they need. Okay, so that would be if you helped other people do their jobs.
Yeah.
Personnel. Safety, well-being, capacity for success. No one should be left behind. Actually, we'll give our vanilla clone trooper a bump for personnel. We'll take you to 15 duty.
Yay!
You did operate a mission where nobody died, and you supported your fellow clones and officers.
Yay.
Yeah.
You did not necessarily hit your personal motivations, but you are doing your job. But I don't think necessarily there weren't any decisions where the tactic could have been between, okay, we could lose some guys or we can do some stuff. So I don't think we'll do loss prevention and obviously not combat victory because it wasn't a combat mission.
Nope.
Okay.
Understood. But nice go.
Okay, so you got your XP, we did your duty. Nobody spent really any
now
force points other than that one I flipped.
Now
The Aramaa did get shot.
Mm-hmm.
I surprisingly never mind.
I mean, we could do some post work. But before we break off, especially before we break the recording, I want to get this on there. Basically, I have 3 plot hooks for next time, and I kind of want you guys to pick which mission you'd like to do so I can think about it ahead of time.
Alright, sure.
So you guys can think about your different motivations and stuff like that, and maybe even spend your points. So, number 1, the obvious one. Well, there's some droids in your neighborhood, so if you guys want, you can go on a Force Recon mission and saddle up with the boys and go hunt droids in the jungle. That's 1 mission, Force Recon. 2, like a lot of places in the Clone Wars, the Republic security base and some of the villages near you have a little bit of a black market problem. Somebody is selling your excess gear, maybe not necessarily clone gear, but even some of the local PDF stuff. Somebody is selling local military gear on the black market for credits for food, and for possibly illegal narcotics, spice.
Oh no.
And the third one, this was even referenced in the tactical way, you have heard some concerning reports are starting to filter in from some of the distant villages on the continent that they are actually being attacked by raiders. They are being mobbed by thugs either to extort them or to just straight up steal their food product. And they are civilians in a swamps, not in a woods, in a swamps. So they're not really geared up for that kind of stuff. So if you want to, you can investigate that. So if you guys want to talk about it and decide, you can obviously do that out of character, even though there's the whole chain of command thing.
Okay.
What best suits your needs. So you got Force Recon, Black Market, or Village Raids.
Okay. And now I should roll my morality.
Well, I think I'm leaning towards maybe the first one, but that's
I'm up for the raids or the I'm up for the raids or the droid hunting because I think I'm more like effective equipped for that. I should probably get a point of perception, but I also get a point of clank killer.
Well, yeah, you guys can figure out your EXP and spend all that. We'll talk about that next time. Oh, wow,
Okay,
jeez, okay.
So that's 8 and no conflict, so I'm
Yeah, you go up 8 morality. You are a good Jedi boy.
Lucky has ghosted once again.
I'm a very good Jedi boy.
Well, you're not quite a
Let me-
Lightsaber Paragon yet, because you're at 58.
Okay. Let's see here. How much more is it? Like
71 is the break point.
Yeah, 13 then.
So we'll have to see if we can involve your conflict a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was a pretty soft starter session.
Oh yeah, I think I remember reading from the heal/harm thing. The harm part allows you to harm someone, resurrect another person. Both those people get like 7 conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's happening?
We're talking about conflict. What's your emotional strength and weakness again?
Fondness and demanding.
Yeah, I don't think you really you didn't really interact with any conflicty type stuff, so I'm not going to have you make your conflict roll to gain morality. That's I think what we're going to do is rather than roll every time because hey, guess what? If you don't do anything in the session, you gain conflict all the time. We'll just do it so that you have to interact first. So Marth actually interacted with his emotional strength and weakness of enthusiasm and recklessness. But he didn't do anything to generate conflict, so he actually went up. But you're not necessarily doing anything yet, and we'll get some opportunities in there. But you ghosted, so did you have any thoughts on what mission you want to do next?
I'm fine with saddling up with the boys and hunting droids, but what did everyone else want?
They want to do that or the village thing.
What was the village one? Just like things that are being raided.
Yeah, villages are being attacked by thugs.
Let's go with village. The village.
Yeah, I'm thinking village.
Okay.
Save the villages.
So we'll keep that in mind for next time. All right. Well, if you're out there, audience, goodbye, everybody. Make sure to, like the video and
comment,
subscribe. Okay, comment and subscribe and all that stuff. Yeah. And we'll see you next time.
Smash that bell and ring that like button.
And if you ever like a Patreon.
Wait a second. One of those things didn't sound right.
Excuse me.
What?